This is going to have to get muted as soon as it kicks up. Hey, everyone. We should be live. We're going to find out very shortly here. So still waiting over there. Oh, there we go. Still waiting over there. Oh, there we go. There's the echo. I knew to come in. All right. Corey Mano, first one in tonight. Welcome in, Corey. Another chill, relax evening. Josh Withrow, what's up, fella? I assume that you're probably on your Thursday drive thing going on. Thanks for stopping in. So, yeah, it's been a crazy kind of week with working, and I get off work and don't want to do nothing because of my foot hurting. So I haven't done any flying, really. I did fly the lake this week, though, while I was out working. So the one big house that we worked at was the second. I showed you that waypoint. The second house, Aaron's sister, that we were working with those big ass windows and shit.
Yeah.
That's the house that I flew to. It's 1.8 miles up the river.
That's out there.
The DJI fucking FPV drone had no problem hitting there, dude. I was watching the radio link. I got down to like 2 bars on radio link and 2 bars on HD a couple of times. But other than that, Michael McReynolds, welcome in. So yeah, it was quite an adventure. I didn't think it'd go that far. I was like, well, we're straight up river and there's not a lot of bends in between here and there. So we sent it on down. It worked out pretty well. That was pretty good. And I flew the Mini over there too. That was the main reason I went over. I went to work on it, and it's a builder. And we was talking. I said, "Oh man, I should have brought the drone and flew over." He's like, "Oh," he says, "You do drones?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "I play around with them." He's, "Oh, we got a professional guy my realtor uses that's coming in to do a drone video with us." I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I don't have a commercial, so I can't do that kind of stuff." I said, "I could play around all I want." He says, "Oh, feel free to fly." So the next day, Tuesday, I said, "All right." So I brought in the regular, or Monday, I brought in the regular drone. I was like, "All right, cool. Play around with that or whatever."
Oh, yeah.
Flew that just around the area, kind of getting video of the house, and flew up the lake a little bit. And he was like, "Oh man," he's like, "Send me those pictures. I got to show them to my realtor and blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Well, I'd send them to you, but you can't use them for anything because I don't have a commercial." So
Yep.
he's like, "Oh, we were thinking about getting a drone." I'm like, "Well, to get a drone and do it yourself, somebody's going to have to get 107 certified. Any furtherance of any business, you have to have it." He's like, "Oh."
Yeah.
I was like, "That's why I can't charge for it or anything or do anything. I just play around for fun and practice." So I'm working on it, but it's a slow process. Tim, UFO builder, what's going on, brother? Birdman Mike, what's going on? Birdman, I will work on those prints for you. I got to dig it out yet and switch over plastic and this and that. I haven't done nothing with the printer the last couple of days, so I will dig those out. Find that hero mount that I printed. Is that for the same quad that you wanted that for, Birdman? If not, it may be a different print, and I might have to go find a different one. You know what I mean? I want to make sure. I hate to print it and then it'd be a different drone. There's Mr. Adventure. What's going on, Ed? Out getting some packs in, buddy? We've had like 80-degree weather up here this week. It's been hot. Miserably hot almost. Kind of muggy because of the darn moisture in the air, but yesterday it got real sticky in the afternoon. Some storms kind of tried to move in and then never really came in.
Yesterday, they sure tried to.
Right? They tried to. They pushed out, though. I was surprised. I almost went for a ride. I was like, no, I better not. And then it pushed out. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I know about 6 o'clock when I got home yesterday. I was looking up. I was like, oh, yeah, it's going to rain. It's going to rain hard. Those clouds are looking serious. Yeah, it didn't really get much. So sprinkles.
Rocket White, welcome in. Mana. Na. That's all you get here, buddy. We don't do the song and dance all the way through. You'll have to go to the Paul Murray show and
UFO same here.
you'll see Hodges over there dancing around. And
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
it ended the date, isn't it?
Chris Mel, welcome in.
Yeah.
Some new names coming in here. That's cool. I should probably get a link out and actually advertise maybe. I don't know. Why would I want to do that, you know? Then we might get people in here and I'd have to entertain. Oh, here we go. Share button, Facebook. So yeah, it's been kind of a dead weekend or dead week. But I took the day off and he had to change it up. I like that one better anyway. Mr. Adventure was okay, but you are the loony.
Brother Ed.
Mr. Ed.
Shut up, cat.
Ed, where you been, man? I ain't seen you a whole lot around this much this last week or so, Ed. You been like chilling and staying lay low or what?
Yeah, I've been having a tough time, okay?
That's what I kind of figured. That's why I was asking, brother. That's why I was asking. I'm at that point right now too. It's like the weather's been back and forth and I want to get out and fly, and I've got some other shit that I've been trying to catch up on, and I've been off my foot for like 3 weeks. So they're trying to catch up on like spring cleaning. Like Saturday, I spent like 6 hours, 7 hours cleaning my shed out, took everything out, cleaned it, put everything back, reorganized it, got rid of a bunch of junk that I didn't need hanging in there. So it's been that way. Wanted to get out and fly Saturday, and then it was hit and miss, and some people were slow on the response. By the time they responded, I was already in the mode to clean and whatnot. So it's like, fuck. And then they hit it up. Oh yeah, man, I just got back from flying with Adam, Tim says. I'm like, oh, you fuckers. And Thursday, Tim said he was busy all weekend, so I didn't expect nothing from Tim. Yeah, he was the one that pushed everybody, it seemed like.
I was like, fuck it, I'm ready.
What's going on, Lon?
I haven't been out in a while.
Yeah, I need to get out and spend a day like that, you know, just burn a whole day of packs and fucking get away from everything.
Find a good spot.
But tomorrow I should be putting a license plate on my motorcycle.
Cool.
Still waiting to have a legal license, but I am on a motorcycle permit. I do have full coverage insurance on it, and tomorrow I get a plate, hopefully. And so who knows? Who knows? I've put 100 and some miles on it already since I've had it, though. So since I brought it home anyway. Yeah, it's been pretty cool getting out there. I got to get some saddlebags so I can carry some stuff and get my backpack resituated so I can carry some drones and that kind of cool stuff. I need a big old back rack like Jim has on his, so we can like fit 2 large pizzas and a bunch of wings and shit, you know. I might be able to carry some drones on. Yeah, lots of nutcases in the cars out there. I know that. I know that. I've been taking it easy though. Since I don't have a license officially, I'm only on a permit. I'm not really even supposed to be riding it on the roads, but I'm taking the chances here and there. But so I've rode it into town and usually kind of take the back way into town, not on the big 5-lane highways and whatnot. I have had it on the freeway a couple of times now, but yeah. Each side much hurry up, my little suitcase on it. Yeah. The saddlebags are only like $150, and anymore, even the cheap leather ones or whatever. Unfortunately, they don't lock unless you get the expensive ones. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, do I put some cheap saddlebags on there, at least be able to get around a little bit that way, and then put some better ones on later? Or do I just go ahead and save and put decent ones on now? I figure I'm still learning right now too. So the softer ones would probably be better for like durability and whatnot, scratch free and like that if I do end up dumping it or some shit. So
So I'll tell you how you will end up dumping it, Mike.
some idiot pulling out in front of me and me hitting the front brake.
Exactly.
Yep.
Bingo. Right
Yep.
off the bat. Nice. Okay. At least you were aware.
I'm paying attention. So I've got 23 pages of the actual Michigan motorcycle handbook completed, like read through all the way, word for word, all the way through. Then my eyes started bugging at reading, so I took a break from that. I got to get back to that probably tomorrow afternoon or something. I don't know, maybe the weekend. But and then I've picked up a lot of channels on YouTube that are motorcycle training type related tips, things like that. I picked up this one. He's called Dan the Fireman, and he's a fireman, but he loves the hobby of riding and motorcycles and this and that. And so he does a lot of crash reviews, like little clips of videos where like he'll do a 20-minute video up and it'll all be like crash reviews where he goes over and like discusses what you could have done or how you should have been doing things. And he's got all the pointers, the different classes of how you should be in your stance and, you know, at different intersections or different points, whether it's red, yellow, green, you know, white or brown, you know, little poo-poo in the panties. Anyway.
Anybody hear me yet?
Yeah, we hear you. You out flying, huh?
Hanging out with Charlie.
Oh man.
We
Charlie's
cooking.
We were just flying around.
Steaks, ribeyes.
Oh,
He's feeding my ass.
dude, Charlie, man, he isn't that good of a trainer, man. You ain't got to feed him like that, dude.
Come on, yeah. Be nice to the old guy. You need extra TLC. We were racing around his house, man. This guy flies amazing for like a week.
He looked like he's getting the hang of it real quick and got a grasp. He's probably a video gamer too, though.
Video gamer, VR gamer.
Yeah, there you go. He's got the video games and the VR. Then yeah, he'll pick up FPV and acro and all that stuff, and he'll have a good time with it. Definitely.
He walks and flies already.
Viking bags. I've looked at some of the Viking bags. Yep. I have seen some of those. Definitely. It's so much to get right now. I got to get boots. I got to get some nice riding gloves because I'm not trying to chop up my hands and beat them up. And so I've been looking at different things. I got to tomorrow go to the Secretary of State after my physical therapy appointment. And then I'm going to run out to Bay City to another motorcycle shop and look at some gear and whatnot.
You want to, I think it's Joe Rocket. Is that the brand name motorcycle jacket? I have one.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll sell it to you. I'll sell it to you cheap.
Yeah.
$50. It's like worth 100 and change easily.
We might have to talk. I've been looking at a couple different ones, but I've been looking at Revzilla with the newer ones that are all got the elbow padding and more thinned out. But
how do you feel about a used helmet?
I got a helmet right now, but
full face
for a full face shielded one. I don't know.
I have one.
They're only like $160 for a brand new one and whatnot. So they say after so many years of sitting around, you need to replace it anyway.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably recommended because the padding and stuff breaks down. The foam and stuff will break down over time.
I'll take a look at it tomorrow. But do you have to have what they call DOT approved on the helmet?
It's recommended. We don't have to have a helmet.
Oh,
if you got a driver's license and you're over the age of 21 and you have medical insurance coverage, then you don't have to wear a helmet. You don't have to wear any glasses. It's recommended though. But yeah, it doesn't.
No, you'll turn into road hamburger.
Yeah. I'm looking to play it smart and get all the decent stuff. I want to be safe. I mean, like the Birdman was saying, there's a bunch of idiots out there on the road in cars, man. They don't pay for attention to motorcyclists as much and like that. So I want to have some stuff that's going to be protected.
The whole thing is when you're riding a bike, You gotta have the mentality that everybody is out to get.
Yep.
They don't see you.
Always on alert.
When I did the 3 summers of riding, I try to, in the highway, always stay in the left lane. And during, I mean, in the streets, try to avoid intersections, because that's where you get screwed.
Intersections always go slow through. Don't accelerate through an intersection, really. As far as riding in lanes, but most of the time your safest is on the left side of the lane. It keeps you in the driver's side rear view or side view mirror. Always
Right.
easy to see you. Riding in the middle, they don't generally look at the rear view mirror all that much, so they don't see you very often. And
Well, you
riding
don't
off
wanna-
to the right hand side, you don't have as many escape routes usually because you've usually got traffic or something there or curb. So
You don't want to drive in the middle of a lane either, because that's where the oil spots from
yeah, that's where you're going to catch the most of your oil and debris and slickness is in the center lane, number 2. So
And my experience is the more people you drive or you ride with, the more chances of accidents. Ride
Yep.
1 or 2, 3, call it a day.
yeah,
Anyway,
in Michigan,
I-
you can't ride side by side. There's no lane filtering and whatnot, so you can't like slip in between cars and all that kind of shit. So you're pretty much keep it
That's why
smart and keep it safe in Michigan. So
drive it like a car.
Yeah.
On the highway, I try not to drive with anybody on my right in case they got to,
yeah,
move out of.
always
out of
leave
the way.
yourself an out. I drove
Exactly.
school bus and trucks and stuff like that, so I've got that high sight looking, always looking further ahead than most drivers do, and always trying to stay away from being CDL driver. It just comes natural now.
I try to look through the other guy's windshield, actually. The guy
I
in
figure
front
my
of me,
biggest
you know what
fear
I
is
mean?
going to
If
be
you
like
can.
animal crossings and stuff like that. Will probably be my biggest fear out there on the roads here in Michigan.
Sure. Fuck yeah.
There's no place that you can drive like 15, 20 minutes, half hour away, and then it's less populated, like single country kind of roads.
I'm country living, but there's animals, dude. Deer
I hear
and shit like that'll be my biggest thing. Otherwise, yeah, I'm country riding, dude. So I went up and rode around the lake 2 days ago, or what? Not yesterday, the day before I went up.
Hike already?
It's like a 20, yeah, on the motorcycle.
You did buy it already, crazy
Oh, yeah.
person.
Dude,
This
it's
is a midlife-
paid for it.
Oh, he's had it like
Just-
a week, I think.
I've got over 100 miles on it since I brought it home.
Just about your age is when I bought mine. I went through a midlife crisis thing, I think. I don't know
Once
what
I
it
told
was.
the wife, I said it was my birthday midlife crisis. She says, I thought the drones were going to be your midlife crisis. I was like, no, that's just a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's other stuff out there too.
Does that motorcycle have a gas meter, a gas tank gauge, or no?
No, there's no fuel gauge. No,
I didn't think.
it's got a reserve tank though. So
You put super.
It's got an odometer, so I can do trip meter on it.
Yeah.
So
You put super in.
I've filled it with regular unleaded so far.
You should fill it with super. It's only 1.5 gallons.
Yeah. No, it's 4 gallons. 4 gallon tank. Yeah, it's a big old tank on it. 4.2 gallons, I think.
Yeah. You ready to wine and dine me? No
But yeah,
kissing.
it don't take a whole lot of fuel. I mean, shit. I ran it like 70, 80 miles or something like that and then filled it up and it took like 2 gallons. So
So what do you think the range is on it?
it's probably like 30, 40 miles to the gallon.
That's not what I
Look
asked.
at that. Doesn't that look like
Range
a
4
restaurant?
gallons times 30 is 120 miles.
Okay.
That looks pretty
So-
good, right?
But yeah, 120 to 150 miles, I figure per stop. And that's what, a 5-minute stop to put 4 gallons in.
Right.
You see, this kid's feeding me good. Well, kid, he's an old man. Looks like a kid.
We had roast potatoes and carrots today, crock pot.
A lot of people are kids to you, Carlos.
I mean, he's over 50.
Furbo,
hello.
Kim, Joan Days, Bob, Hugh, Asgard
Yeah, I'm gonna-
Studios.
I'm going to cut some meat, and I'll be watching the chat, Mike. Thanks for letting me in. Be careful on that
Yeah,
bike.
man.
Chris.
Oh, always.
And I'll take pictures of the helmet, of the
Yeah,
jacket. And all that
Give me
stuff.
sizes and whatnot when you do.
Yep,
That way
yep.
I know.
It's a
I
winter
need
jacket.
small shit though. And my helmet size is small, period. The
I'll
smallest,
take a.
almost the smallest you can get.
All right. I'll get with you in a little while. Take care, guys.
Later.
there's a link if anybody else wants to jump in and join in and entertain or chat or share or whatever you might want to do.
Okay.
Used to put 1,000 miles approximately every 3 months. That's a good ride. 10,000 miles. That's a lot of riding.
Yeah,
Hopefully I can get out and do that this summer. So the youngest boy will be moving out of the house here. He's waiting on his place. They're doing some flooring and remodeling and updating and freshening. So he's waiting on his place to move out. But then me and the wife figured, you know, weekends, this or that, we'll be looking to get out and do some things once I've got my license. I'm not allowed to ride anybody on it under a permit, this or that. No riding at nighttime. So
you'd be a 16 again.
yeah, it's exactly. I've pushed it more than I should already, but like today I was like, no, I'm not even going to start it up or get out and ride it or nothing. And just get myself worked up and want to go riding, and I got live streaming, so I didn't do anything. Tomorrow though, I don't know, we'll see. It's supposed to be like 80 degrees, almost 90 this weekend. So, and it sounds like Monday or Tuesday we might see a chance of rain come through. Otherwise, we're pretty much clear.
Yeah, Mike, we need to find a spot
Charlie's meat.
for this weekend, 'cause I got Saturday off. I'll talk to Tim, see what he's got going on.
Yeah, trying to think of what the schedule says. I don't know if I got anything set for Saturday or anything yet. Not sure what it seemed like there was something I was supposed to do on a Saturday, but I can't remember what.
We can do it Sunday too if we want. Don't matter.
Right. Sunday's probably the better day for flying for me because everybody's sitting around relaxing or whatever. And
Yeah, don't matter to me.
Saturdays, I usually get up in the morning and the wife sleeps in late and this or that. And we got running to do during the day, or that's our shopping day and shipping day and this and that. So it gets crazy around here on Saturdays.
We just gotta find a good spot.
All her jewelry sales, she ships on Saturday. All her invoicing is done on Friday and everything else. And then Saturday she ships them. So Saturday is laundry day. Like last week I did laundry, or I did the shed and mowed the yard and like that. I do have to go over to my mom's sometime. I got some drywall I'm working on over there, a ceiling to repair. But who knows? That's just, I got to go back over there, knock off some stuff and put another coat of mud on. And then the next time we'll be sand it down lightly and paint it, call it good. Oh, I know. Riding is cool. So I did cycling and whatnot, and that was a lot of work, but it still had that freedom ride. You get out there on a bike and you're on the side of the road just cruising along. It's like I go wherever I wanted to go, man. It didn't matter. Go plan to go this way and you end up going that way on top of it. And next thing you know, you're doing a loop all the way around town. I go out for like 25, 30-mile rides all the time when I was cycling.
And then I used to do that a lot, Mike, you know.
Road bikes and mountain bikes and
Well, I mean, I like the mountain bike things with gears because you could really go through about anything.
yeah.
With a mountain bike, even a 10-speed.
And nowadays they got all them fat tire mountain bikes and whatnot. You can go sand cruising on the beach and everything and have no problems because of the big fat tires floating. Same thing with some of these side trails and whatnot, like our city forest over here. It's basically just like a forest area, state lands, but they've got like a sled hill for the winter time and a couple toboggan runs and a chalet up there so you can hang out for cocoa and whatnot. But during the summertime, it's pretty much just like walk trails and hike trails. And then they've got, I think there's 32 miles or something like that all total, if you count all the mileage on the trails of mountain bike trails through there. Different obstacles and everything else built up and bridges. And so they're pretty big on cycling up here. And then we've got Pine Haven over in Sanford here, just down from where the flooding was. I couldn't imagine how wet that would have been last year, but it's got like probably like 25, 27 miles of trails in it too. So there's lots of mountain biking around here. But yeah, I'd ride the mountain bike up to the trail and then go trailing for 10, 15 miles and then ride it back home, or grab the road bike and just cruise the streets and whatnot, and do loops around town. Get Gumchy and somebody be out camping at one of the campgrounds, like way out, and do like 40 miles out there to go catch them and go see them over at the campgrounds. Done a 75-mile ride where it was just a Tour de Livingston, they called it. It was just kind of a fun ride type deal or whatever, but you paid to get in, you got a shirt and this and that, and they did support and whatnot along the way. So if you needed water or food or anything else, you could get some stuff here and there. But I did 75 miles on that one. That was by myself. That was a good ride.
I think my longest ride was 90 miles. And man, was my ass sore for 2 weeks
75
after
miles was huge. I was so, my legs were like rubber. By the time I got off the bike, I was like, I can't even pedal anymore. Honey, push me.
Well, I mean, I mean, wasn't necessarily training, but at the time, you know, I had to ride a bicycle to work. And that was a good, you know, 10 miles, and I did that every day. You know, but I was, let's put it, 5 miles one way, 5 miles the other way.
I did that for a while, back and forth, going to Kmart working. Rode my bike to work. The boy, we didn't even have a licensed car or anything, so we ended up getting one of those little buggy backs for the back end trailer, and I'd haul the boy all over with me. They figured it was strengthening for me, put an extra 20 pounds, 30 pounds on the back of me. It's just strengthening. But we'd go all over shopping and everything else and have a good time.
You know what's funny is years ago, I mean, I was like 17 years old, but I was going to electronics school in Tampa, and where I worked at the Winn-Dixie, it was like, I don't know, 7, 8 miles away. And at first we rode there on bicycles. And then the person I was going to school with, he got a car. But having the car only shaved 10 minutes off of the trip. It was funny. It was just about as quick with a bicycle as it was with a car.
I see that question in chat. Is it better if you're wearing an off-road ring? I don't know if that would be better. That looks like danger right there to me.
Yeah,
I can't get it to fit any of my damn fingers anyway, so I'll never know. Off-road ring. Yeah, an ATV ring. Oh, smart ass. What's going on, old Crony's Garage? Sam Squatch. Who else come in? Drone Shots. Jody's in the house.
So have you disputed that yet, Mike, or have you done anything?
I didn't dispute it. The wife's been busy and everything, and she was going to get on there and do it, and it's probably too late now. I don't fucking know.
Okay. You just got to, okay. See,
yeah, but
that's what they were freaking
Exactly. They're waiting on you to be too busy to fucking deal with it, and they get away with it. But yeah, it's probably exactly.
Like we both got screwed.
Woke up screwed.
We did.
How much did you spend, Adam?
Oh, not like you did. I spent $1.20.
Yeah, for 11 or 10 printers. Yeah. You know what I mean?
At least you got a ring. I didn't get nothing.
Micah Blades, what's going on? Yeah, at least I got a ring.
I didn't get shit.
It just so happened that we were on the night before there that it came in and fucking it was showing all those scams and whatnot. And what did that one scam say? They got 2 pieces of jewelry.
Yeah.
I was like, you motherfucker, you jinxed me.
Oh.
Yep. That's all Rat's fault. That's what it is. Rat's fault. He had to bring that shit up and bring that jewelry shit in.
Just like those printers.
Maybe I can get around.
Good to be true, it's not.
Maybe I can get around it this weekend and fight it. I don't know. It's still sitting here all in original packaging, so. But it's been like a week and a half already.
Indigo, somebody hop in, man.
Indigo, Rhino.
That prick isn't going to hop in. He's
right.
Lazy.
I was surprised he showed up here.
He might.
He like doesn't show up anywhere anymore. He's
a skunk.
He's more. obsolete than Ed was this last week. I was like, man, I ain't seen Ed nowhere, dude. I'm like here and there in some chats and whatnot. Usually I see you pop up. I wasn't seeing you nowhere this week. I was like, I wonder. It wasn't even in the Prick's Nest chat. It wasn't busy this week. I was like, something ain't normal, you know? Something's off. It was Ed. He just off.
I've been off all my life.
No, I don't mean that off. I mean totally off. Just off your normal.
I am not my normal. I haven't been my normal for a while now.
I did finally get a shout out video out this week, and I did it as a short for Eric and Tiff on the beanies. So the next time I see Adam and Tim, I've got beanies for them. Where's Tim?
I just talked to Tim. His internet is fucked. He ain't coming on.
Hey, Indigo, I want to know where my shirt is.
A month ago, he said he was going to be my backup co-host for, you know, to back you.
Oh, yeah.
And ever since then, he's been on like one time for a little bit.
It's crazy, though, because I'm talking to him on my phone, and I can actually watch his network drop. It was saying no network for you. Like, what the hell?
Freaking Bay City, man.
This shit is fucked.
It's that old cable in Bay City's got. They can't handle charter.
He can't fly this weekend, so it's me and you. We got to find a spot.
Have a good one, Tim. Thanks for stopping in, brother. UFO. Yeah, it's always a party in here, man. We're at our normal, you know, 23, 25, something like that, and hanging out and chilling, chatting. It hasn't been enough drone related, though, so we should probably do something about that. Let's see if we can find some video and show everybody the flight from the weekend, maybe. Or the week. This one. Oh, you're going to be that way, huh? Okay. Maybe not. Let's go down here. FPV. Oh, not that one. Mini 2, that's what I want. I think. Oh, no. It is FPV that I want. Yeah, that's the one I want. I'm lost. Let's see, open with magnifier. Pause. Let's go share screen and oh. Should be coming up for y'all. There we go. So this is the DJI Mini 2. So we're working on one house and we're up on the lake, and I wanted to see if I could make it to the house we had worked on previously on the lake. We looked, and if you see, there's the house there in the middle of the screen now.
Yeah, I remember that house.
That's 1.8 miles up the river, up the lake from where we were working. So I started the recording as I got up there. I realized I hadn't recorded it. So I started the recording there so we get to watch kind of the flight back. But so this is down the river, flight coming back.
Isn't that about where you caught the bald eagle or something?
Yeah, that's the house that we were just looking at is where I got the bald eagle view. Yep. Taking off from the edge with the Mini 2.
That's an awesome drone, dude.
So yeah, this is the FPV drone. Flying just like it was a Mini 2 or whatever, but the horizon doesn't stay level because I don't have that. I can set it so it'll stay horizon, but I didn't want to. I like doing the FPV view better. But yeah, she got way down the river, no problem. Almost 2 miles. And so it wasn't too bad. I mean, trees on the edge kind of blocking a little bit, but not much. Other than that, I had good video and good signal all the way up.
Well, I mean, do you even really care about the trees and stuff if your signal is good? I mean, I don't get.
No, so
It'll come back.
with the DJI, the video signal will like stop on you here and there and kind of freeze every once in a while while you're way out. And if it loses signal to the RC, it'll go into return to home. So I wasn't too worried, but it's just nice to be able to go out there and not have to worry about any breaks or anything else in the video. I mean, it was clear all the way through. No, there didn't have any spot where it was like HD and you had like little breaks. You were like, I know I'm still moving, but it's not moving. There was none of that.
So in other words, this isn't goggle footage.
This is actual off the DJI, I think. I don't think this is from the goggle, right?
Okay. That's what I was getting at. Oh, that's right. The mini, that's just the mini too?
No, this is the DJI FPV drone.
Oh, okay. So that's what I was getting at. So in the DVR footage the goggle footage, you can see where it hesitates and stuff.
Yeah, it breaks up a little bit.
No, you got that assurance of GPS, if it loses signal, it's going to come home.
To return to home and come right back to the spot and land and all that. So I didn't have to worry too much. But yeah, we were way up the damn river. So the house on the right that's coming up with the red out in the front is the one that we were flying from.
Hi, Mr. Crowley.
And man, what's going on?
What's up?
So that the first house?
The red house right there is the house that I flew from. And then the other house was 1.8 miles up the river, according to Google Maps.
That's the new house. Hey, Bob Casey.
So this was originally an A-frame house here. Let's see if I can stop the video. It was originally the A-frame part was the house. And then he did the addition was the whole right side there and the little lighthouse type look up top and whatnot.
And for the record, A-frame houses suck as far as doing the electrical work in them.
So they put heated floors in there, and then they're going to do a mini split for heat for the walls. So,
man, put a little cupola up top. Is there a stairway up to the cupola, or is that just for decoration?
There's inside. There's a stairwell, and there's a loft bedroom up there, and then that actually. There's no way to get up there that I know of unless it's like a little access, but he's got like a blue LED up there to light it up and whatnot.
That's pretty cool. One of the old houses here in St. Augustine, it has a corner room that's brown like that up on the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really cool, but it's bigger around than that, but it's an actual room that just sticks off the corner of the house. Pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. They did all that to that house. If it was, I mean, I was looking at the A-frame part, and they added 2 times the space to it with all that at least. Who's this character? Bottom left.
Foster Farms. I would say it's a grower of some sort with Foster Farms. You don't have any audio reveal for.
Who is that?
I'm not sure exactly. I think I met him at another stream. Like,
hey, Mike.
Yep. I've met him at a couple of streams, right? Hung out on some late night smoke chat shows.
What are you up to, Mike?
And not a whole lot. Just chilling and relaxing, having a good night. Getting ready to
Yeah,
crack open a pint pretty soon here.
we were hanging out on your birthday.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Everybody kept calling me Mansion.
Yeah. That was like a year ago.
No, that was last week.
Was it? Oh, man.
You were
Must've been-
celebrating your birthday and you were drinking Jim Beam.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Oh.
told you to try some Jim Beam soaked sausages.
Oh. We got this bourbon dipping sauce over at the Cottage Inn Pizza here. They do the hot wings or whatever, and they just do the baked wings. And then they send you cups of sauce so you can have whatever, but they got a bourbon sauce. Oh man, I've tried it on some regular barbecue here, and oh, it's good. Such a sweet bourbon caramely taste. Oh, it's not hot, it's not spicy hot or anything, but it's good.
That's a
Kinda
common
like
thing in our home.
Kind of
Bourbon
like a
chicken.
teriyaki type flavor to it almost.
I make bourbon chicken and then I turn it into sweet and sour bourbon chicken.
There you go. There you go. So yeah.
Remember the night that you 3D'd that crazy looking penis?
No, those were playing around for the neighbor. I never printed them, but this is my latest print here.
Oh, hey, that's pretty nifty.
Ah. The Guy Fawkes mask, V for Vendetta.
Even Vendetta.
Yeah. Remember the 5th of November. It's when the parliament was taken over by the people over there in Europe, England and whatnot, and how they did it. And yeah, it's a pretty good movie. If you haven't seen it, V for Vendetta. It's a good movie.
Every now and then the people just have to say enough is enough. What the hell are you people doing in our government?
Well, and that's where we end up with things like the rally they had down there in Washington or whatever, where all the people showed up and Trump got all the flack for it and everything. It's, you get enough people cooped up and fed up with shit long enough, and it doesn't take a whole lot to get them in the right direction, that, you know, be able to change their mind and put them into a mentality direction where it could have been a nice peaceful protest at the White House, but the mentality of it amped up and became an unpeaceful protest, and that's where all the flack came from.
You
If they'd
know
have done a
what
peaceful
drives me
protest,
crazy about
there
all
wouldn't have been no
that?
issues. They'd have
You
just
know
come
what-
out on the White House and ranted and raved and tried to stop people from coming in a little bit. When they started doing destruction and damage to the building and whatnot, that's where it becomes unlawful. It's not a peaceful protest anymore.
A lot of people.
I just want to say this.
Say it.
And all I gotta say is, okay, there was no excuse for what happened that day.
Mhm.
Get off of me, cat. Get the fuck off. So, but for some reason, so much stuff with what was going on in Portland, Oregon and stuff, where they're
Mhm.
burning buildings
They're
down and
still
all
over there
that.
in Portland doing all that crap, aren't they?
I mean, yes.
Yeah,
I'm
they're still protesting over there.
You know,
No,
so I just don't care. I think it's very one-sided between what happened. It's just because the lawmakers, they felt threatened, you know. So, okay, that's enough of my political rant, but it just irritated the shit out of me.
Birdman. So you say that FC doesn't support iBus, but it supports S-Bus. You realize that iBus and S-Bus are the same freaking thing? The difference is iBus is Fly Sky's version, S-Bus is the FR Sky version. That's the only difference.
But isn't the iBus supposed to be faster?
The iBus, the latency of Fly Sky is faster a little bit, but it doesn't change anything. It's all connected the same exact way as an S-Bus. If it says iBus, do it as an S-Bus setup. Set it up just like you were doing S-Bus. Do it exactly the same. You should have no problem.
Just for the record, fuck Fly Sky. That shit feels
Fly Sky is
much.
iBus though.
It's fucking
That's
Fly
what they call it, iBus.
Yeah.
PPM? What the hell are you doing PPM? That's not going
Man,
to
that's
work.
a lot of work right there to put it to PPM or PWM. One wire per freaking thing. That's like doing old school ESCs right there. Yeah,
My drone fell out of the sky.
that's not good.
I sent the company, this lady named Lisa Wu, I sent her a message that I pasted 3 to 4 times a day for 7 weeks saying, where's my refund? Where's my refund? And finally she wrote me back and they're sending me another one and I don't even have to send the other one back.
Yeah, the toy drone companies and stuff like that, typically you'll get responses like that. They'll wait and wait and wait. But like Holly Stone, that's one of those companies, if you complain to them over there in their chat, they'll send you the parts off of one of their refurbished or return type drones that are broken or whatever. They'll find a good part and they'll send you the parts off of that. That way they don't have to pay any money. But yeah, it can be a real hassle with some of those companies. Well, even some of the big companies like DJI. Look at Jim with his drone trying to send it in at the $1,000 drone trying to send in, and they send them back some refurbished thing, said it was the same drone and it wasn't even close. The serial numbers didn't match, nothing. All scuffed up and everything. His was in way better condition.
They wanted me to take photographs of the battery of the drone. They wanted me to send flight logs. And I told them, look, man, there's no more investigation. The drone fell out of the sky. I'm not happy.
Right. Customer satisfaction here, damn it.
And then like a dummy, I accepted the same drone. That's my
That's
addiction.
good. It gets you up flying anyway.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, I haven't flown for about 2 weeks and I'm about to go crazy.
No,
It's kind of weird how that works, man. I mean, you know, sometimes I literally drag myself out to fly, but I always feel better when
yeah, once you get out there, you're like, oh man, I should have done this weeks ago. Why didn't I do this? All them damn excuses I made. What the hell was I thinking?
Yup.
Yeah, like last Saturday, I was kicking myself in the ass. Everybody was slow. I was like, Adam's usually slow on the start anyway. You know what I mean? It's usually like 1, 2 o'clock before he's ready to go fly. But by then I was like all worked up and I got things I wanted to do. I was like, fuck it, nobody's confirming. And then I start making plans to do things like clean out my shed. And the next thing you know, here's Tim hitting me back. Hey man, I got packs charged. I'm like, you said you weren't going to fly. I thought you wanted to fly. Well, I did, but now I got other shit going on.
What the hell is
that? And ended up getting meeting together and going out flying instead. Instead all three of us, it was just them two.
What's the guy's name below you, Mike?
Reveal 4.
That's not a name.
Oh, well, that's up to him to tell us his real name.
That's a phone company.
Bell?
The Rebel. I mean, I'm not going to go around calling you Rebel 4 Plus. I might call you Rebel. That Rebel I could get away with. So, and now I forgot what I was going to ask you.
Hey, Flying Lunatic, are you asking me who I am?
Yes.
You're talking to somebody else.
He wants to know your name so that he could communicate. Like mine's Mike, you know, that kind of more down to earth, I guess. He feels more comfortable that way.
My name is Rocket White.
Oh, you're Rocket White. Okay, all right. So now I have a name.
Now we can connect you through.
Sometimes it's
Well,
mud.
at least I have a name
So
to attach.
how many
your
years have you
face.
been growing the goatee beard thing going on?
You asked me that same question last week.
I know, and I was drinking, so I don't remember what you said.
I'll tell you
What do
the
you
exact
want, cat? I think my
Same
cat
answer.
wants to get high.
I've been growing this since I retired the United States Army in 2010, but I caught it on fire once.
Oh, that
Thank you for your
I've
service.
been so tempted lately, man. I've been putting this in a ponytail to paint, And this right here keeps getting down on my cut bucket. So at night I'm sitting here going like this and scraping the damn paint out of the end of the damn thing. So
Yeah, my thing is soup.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's funny
it makes a
'cause-
mess.
I gotta hold the
Okay,
bowl.
I don't have quite the mane y'all have for, you know, the beard y'all have, but I started getting my beard caught and stuff.
Yeah.
I actually just shaved, or I say my barber shaved it, but I was looking pretty fucking homely a couple days ago, guys.
I know Mike has had to dip his beard in a few buckets of paint before.
Every time if I'm painting down low, I'll have that bucket in my hand and I'll set it down like in front of me and I'll lean down to do something and then I'll pull back up and I'll feel it stick to the paint on the bucket. I'm like, oh, damn it.
I started to shave when I got out of the service. When I retired, I got up to shave and I thought, hey, wait a minute. I don't have to do this crap anymore. And
Yeah.
I haven't touched a razor since.
I ain't got to keep my hair short and trim. My job allows me to have a nice long goatee, long hair, whatever I want, as long as I keep it cleaned up and decent looking. That he don't have no problem. I got enough experience in the paintbrush and whatnot that I could probably come in holy jeans and whatnot. And he'd probably be like, hey man, you know, all right.
Clout.
Let me work anyway.
Yep, clout.
If you can wear an extra large jacket, a large helmet, and extra large gloves, I can't. So my helmet size lawn is small. My glove size, I think, is a large. And jacket, what I've been using is temporarily is this one. And I think it's a large. Yeah, so it's a large. So yeah, a little bit too big for me probably.
Got them stripes for good night view.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's nothing about you that I thought was small, Mike.
Dude, so in the military, they give you a BDU cap and they're one size fits all BDU caps, right? Well, they're
Right.
not really one size fits all. They have like 5 or 6 sizes that they'll fit. I had to have the smallest one available, period.
Okay.
The very small 6 1/4 is what my head size is, diameter.
I have you mixed up with somebody else then, because they were saying
Look at how tight my straps are on the back of my hats. This is a regular hat. And that's how tight I gotta put the strap on my hat. Yeah, I got a tiny head, dude.
Well, I never thought of you having a
Yeah,
tiny head. I didn't never think of you as having a big head either, but
I'm proportionate for my body. And
The
so
size-
when you
the-
say small, it's
Yeah.
like, wow, it throws people off. But yeah, I'm proportionate for my body. Only large hands. It's not extra large, but I'm almost 6 foot, you know, but
the size of your head never stuck out to me. Let's just put it that way. I
Mr.
guess you
J,
really never know until you put a helmet on or a hat or a pair of goggles, you know.
Mr. J's asking, what's on your head there, Rocket?
What's on my head?
So is that a t-shirt on your head?
I was wondering what that was myself. It looked like a pair.
I wasn't gonna judge though. I don't know what it is.
I'm not racist in any way, so I don't care if he's Paki, Iraqi, Muslim, gay, none. It doesn't matter to me.
No.
Yeah, it looks like he has. It looks like he has some black boxers on that are upside down, and the waistband is around the top.
The legs are just dangling there. Oh,
If you really want to know the truth, I'll tell you. That is my cover-up submission because I had a breakdown, as some people do when they get out of the military, and I went to see a priest, and then I joined a monastery. And then when I left the monastery, I decided to keep my cover as my way of saying I'm sorry for the sins I committed when I was in the military. So if you want to know, that's what it is. That's my cover.
Wrong with that.
Religious symbol.
Respect for that.
So
So-
this ring right here says Jesus on it 3 times. I keep it on my right hand, so I've always got Jesus on my right hand.
So,
And-
I mean, in other words, you're doing penance.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah. I
It's
am
a
what you
self
call-
thing though. It's not for anybody. It's for himself mostly.
For me,
Yep.
I'm an ordained ambassador and a member of the United States Consulate.
I'm an ordained minister.
Very good.
Yeah, actually, next month on the 9th, I'm supposed to go do a wedding.
Very good. I do emergency weddings.
My best man in my wedding is getting married. So he's like, I need a minister. I'm like, I'm ordained. I could help you out. He's like, perfect.
When I do weddings, I get so emotional, you'd think I was getting married.
Right.
Yeah, I already did that. No thanks. Just saying.
Hey, check it out, guys. I did come close to finding the perfect woman. She didn't bother me. She didn't nag me, but it turned out to be a case of laryngitis. This girl told me that she wanted a monogamous relationship. So you know what I did? I took off all my clothes, went walking in the forest. Man, I walked around for about 7 hours. And you know what I found out? Did you know that monogamy is not a type of wood?
I thought it was. Oh wait, that's mahogany, isn't it? Damn, one letter fuck you up every time.
already know.
Going 863, dude. 20,000 more than what you're making now. I'd be jumping, dude. 48 hours a week though. Ooh, that cuts into your free time. What's Walmart giving you for hours? You know? Yeah, I don't know. I like making my own schedule where I work. I can, you know, like today I was like, oh, my foot's feeling a little sore. I think I'm taking a day. All right, see ya.
Man, I'm so bored. My schedule is get up in the morning and find something to do, hang around and chat with Adrian Mateo and Mike here, and then go to bed.
Fuck, I'll trade you. Shit. Oh, in a heartbeat.
I'm enjoying the giving you a tip.
Bob, it was just my option, man. I mean, it seemed like my duty to my country. Same thing with everybody overseas. I mean, I've seen so many Australian and this and that. And I thank everyone for serving in whatever military they were in, because they didn't have a choice of what they were doing in the military. They joined the military to serve their country, you know, to their fellow men, fight for our freedoms and our rights and whatnot. Nowadays, I'm not so sure it was so worth it anymore.
It used to be a calling. Now it's
Yeah.
all about advertisement and getting suckered in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know that the recruiters hang out at the schools as much as they used to and whatnot back in my day. I mean, we were like seeing recruiters 2-3 times a week, depending Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, whatever, always coming in. It was a chance for us to get out of class for one, you know, oh, the recruiter's in. I got to go check out the recruiter. So you get a pass to go down and hang out with the recruiter for 10, 15, 20 minutes while your class is going. So it was all cool there, but you learned a lot by doing that, you know. So it was kind of cool that way. Tony Two Tokes, what's going on? So Tony Two Tokes is a guy that I met through YouTube, hanging out on these chats. Like, I want to say it was the Michigan Ganja Misfits is where I officially met him. But it was a medical marijuana type shows and stuff on YouTube. And I met him there. Come to find out, this dude grew up right here in my hometown. Like we was chatting and this and that. He's like, oh, dude, I've been there. He's like, I used to go hang out at that skate park all the time. And blah. I'm like, what? Come to find out, we're like homies. I mean, grew up in the same area for the longest time. It's pretty cool. Small world, man. Even on YouTube.
Hey, I'm planning a trip to Colombia to take some aerial footage of the whitewaters.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Columbia where?
Colombia where?
Columbia, South Carolina, or Columbia?
Colombia.
You mean the country?
Yeah.
Yeah, the country. Mhm. Do they have
Okay,
another
well,
country?
where are you now? I was noticing your clock. Your clock is, you got to be on the left coast, right?
Oh, my clock. I broke that clock when my godson died.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So it's still sitting on the same time as when I reached in and busted it. Something my grandparents used to do.
Gotta love them little bird clocks, man.
Yeah, I have
Things
3
going
of them.
off every hour on the hour with a different bird call.
So in other words, if I rewatch the stream, that clock is going to show the same time as it does now.
The second hand hasn't moved, Dad. I've been watching it for the last 30 seconds since you said something. The second hand doesn't move, dude. I never noticed it until he said something. I was like, oh, because you catch the glare and this and that and move around with the lighting and whatnot. And it looked like, you know, there was some kind of movement on it because of the shadows on it, but it was just the shadows on it. It never moved.
No, I mean, I was thinking about it since he first came on, and I noticed the time. I kind of noticed shit like that, you know, because I have a wall clock very much like that on my wall that I can look at right now. So I remember when I saw him come on, I'm like, oh, he's like 3 hours behind me.
So Tony,
So I thought he was like California or something.
So Tony Two Tokes is a medical marijuana grower here in Michigan, and he loves showing his garden, and I like watching. So I've been watching his channel, and he said that he wanted to get a drone to be able to do some cool stuff like I did with the garden over at the farm, Ed, flying over the farm and whatnot. So I recommended the Mini 2 for him or whatever. He says he's having a blast. He's waiting for one more run, trying to get one more run, and it's charging right now.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is a fun drone. That Mini 2 is crazy fun. It's so easy and agile, and it'll take some crazy wind, dude. I mean, for Michigan weather, we get those gusty winds when you get up there so much. And dude, it takes so much wind.
Well, I mean, from what I understand, somebody flew a Mini 2 at the South Florida meetup.
Yeah, 40-mile-an-hour gusts we had down there, and they were flying the Mini 2s up at 300 feet in the air. Yeah. Yep. Bill Ronayne was one of the guys that was doing that. That was one of his.
Yeah, that's funny because, you know, made fun of the DJI guys and stuff like this. But when on that Saturday, when the wind was blowing like 40 miles an hour, I was completely impressed.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Do you ever bring the rates up on the D? I was playing with the rates a little bit. The trick was, Bob, is that I was messing with the DJI FPV air units, and I found that glitch in the system. And so I had reset the drone, but when you lose the bind, everything eliminates on the bind. So you have to reset everything back up. So your rates, your switches, you got to go through the whole thing and set all your camera settings and everything all back up. So I'm trying to reset everything back up. But I do have the rates adjusted a little bit on it now, but not quite where I want them. It's not smooth enough. It's still a little twitchy here and there, but yeah, I got to play with it a little bit more.
That sucks to have to go through all that. What are you saying?
That's why I've left it on the FPV part.
Goggles.
That's why I left it on the FPV part. And I've got 3 air units and drones, have 2 air units in drones already. And I'm not even flying those drones because of the goggle issue. So like one, I bought a $400 worth of drone. I haven't even flown the damn thing yet. Oh. I've yet to fly this yet, Ed.
Oh, cool.
It's the 4-inch or the 3-inch Flywoo Explorer, or the 4-inch Flywoo Explorer, long range, Crossfire, DJI, all that. I haven't even flown it.
Wow.
I've had it for almost a month already.
I'd be aching to fly that thing.
Yeah, I've already had it for almost a month, 2 weeks.
Wow, really? A month?
Yeah. It's just been hanging on the wall, dude. It isn't even fully set up all the way because I can't do anything with the DJI unit. So I was like, there's no sense in it. So
I got a crazy
I
one for
did
you,
see
Mike.
that the DJI app had an update on the 5th or the 11th. I think it's the 11th of May. They did an update. So I may have to update my system this weekend and see if the DJI app updates and fixes the problem. I don't know. Can I put another link in the chat? Which link would you like?
Hot links.
Yeah, hot links.
Hey, did you ever try that, Mike?
The hot links? No, I don't use that stuff.
You don't remember? I said take some hot links and soak them in Jim Beam.
Yeah, I haven't tried that yet. I haven't tried it.
I might have asked you that already. My mind lasts about 5 seconds.
I know that feeling.
What do you want, cat?
Hey, I got a crazy one for you, Mike. So I launched my drone some time ago and it disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And I found it in the yard a couple of days later. No joke. And the SD card was in there and I put it in my phone because, you know, I'm panicking, pushing buttons. This is not a joke. My drone is only supposed to go 500 meters.
Mm-hmm.
But when I watched the footage, there was a photograph inside the clouds and one over the clouds.
Oh, geez. Talk about a flyaway.
How the hell did that?
So,
That's a long range.
The drone has more range than that, but the radio connection to the drone is only 500 meters. So the
Right.
drone itself can fly wherever. I mean, that's like people say, how far can your DJI go or your FPV drones go? Well, I could go as far as my video will take me on my FPV because I've got Crossfire. So that, you know, essentially I can go a mile out with video, but the drone will still keep going. If I don't have video, it can keep going. They can go 3, 4, up to like 30 miles, I think is the farthest they've taken Crossfire or something like that. So, I mean, yeah, it can keep going.
Hey, what do you think about,
settings, so.
what do you think about those instruments that they put on the antennas to make you get better reception? Do you think those are real?
The parabolic reflectors?
Yeah,
The
you think
little
those are
reflective things? I used them on the DJI Mini 1 and it did help because it concentrates that to the direction. But you got to remember, it's only in the direction of those little parabolic reflectors. If you go behind you, you're dropping signal twice as fast with those on because there's no signal coming off the back of those antennas.
Yeah.
Very
So it's got to be in front of those antennas that you use them. Otherwise, you're screwing yourself. What's going on, Justin?
Not much. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I've never used Zoom before, so.
Well,
Drone 683, there he is. How you doing? I just watched one of your videos, goofball. How are
Thank
you?
you. Good, good.
You're welcome.
I actually just got a good job offer today. I don't know if y'all saw that in the chat.
yeah, I was seeing that. So where's this at?
Dollar General offered me a job
Oh,
for starting at $50,000 a year.
Management?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's store manager.
Dude, you should jump on that because Dollar General says they want to open a store every 15 freaking miles, dude. That's job security. It's easy to bounce from a store to store and manage stores and get into corporate or get into a district area as a district manager. So you're running multiple stores and shit. There's a lot of potential for money there.
Now, I was a support manager for Walmart for like 3 years, and I ran half the store by myself. So, and that's
Right.
twice the size of Dollar General.
Yeah.
So I know I can handle it.
Oh, I didn't doubt you handling. I'm just saying.
Oh, no, I'm just saying.
Dollar General's just got a lot of
confidence that I can
potential
do it.
open right now. They're changing so many stores up here, dude. They're dropping in stores like crazy.
Well, they're stealing a lot of management from Walmart. That's why they're offering the base pay for assistant managers. Because that's what Walmart starts. Walmart starts.
The Walton company ain't gonna try to boost any of their sales. They're gonna keep it as low as they can. That's how they make their money. They're not worried about that.
Oh, they're going to go
Dollar
straight
General's just
to.
expanding big time.
They're going to go straight to all online here pretty soon.
And your mic is way loud compared to everything.
Hold on.
Ever since you got that system hooked up and changed up and whatnot, you've been working, but that mic's been like powerful. I know what people were complaining about mine even. I don't know
I'm
how
trying to
they-
figure out the settings because I never used this before.
It's probably because you got your microphone in your main settings at auto set so that it'll adjust up and down for your audio. Whereas generally I keep mine at one level and don't use the auto sets so that it doesn't adjust it. It's easier to control then. Otherwise you end up over modulated sometimes and under modulated other times. You're like, what the hell? I didn't do anything. RC crazy. Did you see that short I gave you this week, buddy? A good shout out for you and Tiff. I probably should go in there and edit it and the content part. It's limited in that beta short thing as to what you can put in your comments, and it gives you a title. It doesn't give you like, you don't get to do the whole description type thing necessarily and shit. So it's kind of crappy, but I'll tell you what, push some views.
I'll start paying for it once they add ads through the scrolling wheel.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
'Cause
We're
that's how
all going to
TikTok
pay for
puts
it
their
then.
ad.
We're all going to pay for it then. Rojo, what's going on? Good to see you, Robert. Oh, what else is going on in chat? Remember Johnny Drone Flyer had it on his ticker banner. Good price though, 5 batteries and filter for $1,500. Wow, that would be a good price for a drone. Crazy Arrow drone, no?
Am I going to get the throw watered up napkins back at you, Justin, next year?
Yeah, you
Oh,
coming?
yeah, definitely.
Oh, that'll be a good time. So me and the wife canceled our trip because we decided it was going to be too much. So it looks like I am planning on going down too. Where's
I'll definitely
Carlos?
be there because it ain't but
Oh, that's
an
right.
hour
He's
and 40 minutes from my house. So
chowing down at Charlie's house. I forgot. That's why he's not here. He's eating ribeyes. His wife's home eating ramen noodles. He's over at Charlie's eating ribeyes. What the fuck?
Jones 683, 863. Is your name Josh?
no, Justin.
Justin. Oh, I get mixed up between them two names. believe me.
It's easy, man. I do it all the time.
I know. Then you get certain ones like I'll be droned and love my drones and what's the other one that's close to you guys' name? They all start blending together in the chat, and you're like, which one's which? Is that Dan? Or is that,
Yeah, and I'm horrible with names, so it took me a minute to learn everybody's names.
Jeremy, Big Mouth, what's going on? Good to see you around, brother.
Hey, how fast does that DJI FPV go? What's the max speed?
Lon's had it up to 100.
Because the guy, I got in this funny argument with this dude on TikTok earlier, and he tried to tell me that thing.
Perfect time.
He told me that that thing was faster than any home build, and I said, "There's
No, it
I said,
isn't. I guarantee you ain't gonna make that DJI FP drone as fast as my darn race quad by any freaking means. Never. Dude, I ain't even on 6S and it's faster than that.
I remember Dan saying that they could get up to 140, and I was like, dude, I know that thing doesn't go that fast.
I don't. Dude, you'd have to be like with the gusts of wind and everything to be able to push 140 out of that thing. I don't see it happening. Lon said he's had his up to like 100 almost, something like that. So it says it's 80 mile an hour is what it says on the DJI.
Maybe say 87.
Yeah.
Hey, Lon.
Hey,
I guarantee my 5-inch freaking race quad does more than that though.
Do you think that it's? Do you think they throttled it back any, or is it
No, it's just that heavy and bulky and whatnot, dude. I don't think it's going to change much. The motors and everything else, they're a 6S motor, but with the bulk of the battery and everything else, there's no way it's going to get that speed. Not with that setup. They'd have to like totally revamp it. Way bigger motors, a lot more
I'm
power.
not an FPV expert, but I knew that dude was full of shit when he told me that. I was like, I know enough FPV guys.
I don't think 140. No, I believe 100, maybe 110. If you're pushing with the wind, that kind of thing, and a good gust of wind, you might be able to get it back. Yeah, diving down,
Yeah, you're
you might be
diving.
able to.
You die,
Yeah.
and then you might get 110.
But then you're going to need the distance, you know what I mean, to get it up there, because it takes a little while to get it up to that speed even. I know going across the one park there with the skate park and whatnot, I took it across there. I had it up to like 72 or something like that going across, but it took that whole park stretch to get it up to 72. It's not like your FPV quads that are almost instant. There's just too much weight to it.
What'd you say you were? A small?
A small, dude.
Dude, I never worn this helmet. I would have given it to you. I used to race.
But the helmet I got for free anyway.
Yeah. All these companies, when I used to club race, these companies would give you shit for free. I got like a dozen helmets in a closet right now.
That's blue too, dude.
Yeah.
It's a small?
No.
Oh.
Who the hell wears that small of a head other than you?
Seriously, dude. Look at that strap, dude. It is small. I have
Just go to the
tiny
kids
little
section
fucking head,
now.
dude.
Same thing. This company gave me this jacket. It's denim and with leather sleeves.
Oh, man.
Let's see a ruler. Put a ruler across the top of your head, Mike.
Shit. I'll do you one better.
Just go to the toddler section in the motorcycle shop.
21.
I mean,
all the way
I don't
around.
know. I don't
Circumference
know
of my
how
head.
big my
The
head is.
circumference
around.
of my head is 21 inches, dude.
Yeah, is that a lot or not? I don't know.
But we'll measure yours.
I've never measured mine. I don't have one of
It's
those.
small, dude. It's small. Military hat. I wore a 6 1/4. It's the smallest size available, bro.
Ugh. Yeah, the good news is the smaller sizes go on sale all the time.
Yeah,
You know, because the mediums are the most popular.
they're always in
size,
stock too. It
large
seems.
is second.
It
Huh?
seems the smalls are mostly in stock too.
Oh
because
yeah,
they've
but you
got
get a
the
small
stock
on
and nobody
sale
buys
quick.
them.
Be right back.
I haven't had these gloves I don't wear. I've
Yeah,
never worn,
yeah,
but they're extra large. I think.
yeah. I did. I was looking at it, and they said to measure across from here to here on your hand for your width, and mine's a large size. And that was pushing it to the next size up because I was like borderline on the one. I was like, I don't want them
Corey,
too
man.
super tight. You want to be able to move around in them a little bit, but
And you're shit out of luck.
yeah,
You know, that's too
that's all
bad.
right. That's all right.
I kid you not. I could walk into this closet. There's a dozen jackets in there, like at least a dozen helmets and 15 to 20 pairs of gloves.
I might be able to find some buyers for some of that gear if you want to get rid of some and sell it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, I
Okay.
probably should.
Next
just
door neighbor
never-
here is like bigger than me, shoulder wise, and like that. And he's got a bigger head, and I doubt he's got much riding gear right now. So he might be
Yeah.
looking for some. He just
Corey
picked up an
Mann
883,
just
so.
Corey Mann just put some statistics in the chat.
Average adult head circumference is 55 centimeters, 21 3/4 in female, and 57, 22.5 in male. 22.5. So I'm an inch smaller in diameter than the average.
Let's
Yeah,
get
medium is 55.
Mike.
Is that on everything, Mike, or just your head?
Just my head, buddy. I've never heard a complaint anywhere else.
So you have a 20 by 20 stack instead of a 30 by 30.
Yeah, on top, right. The VTX, yeah, is 20 by 20. The build's 30 by 30.
Look at this.
Oh,
What
Wow,
happens?
what the hell is that?
That's my Harley Davidson jacket, and that's what it looks like when your motorcycle catches on fire.
oh, gee.
Yeah, well,
You were supposed to be wearing the jacket.
It was in the saddlebag.
I had a feeling it wasn't on him. It was either draped on his back hanger or in a bag or something.
In the
Yeah.
bag. It's hard as a brick. But you see what didn't burn up?
Yeah, the Harley logo. Ride free,
Everything
brother.
else, hard as a brick.
Oh, that's crazy. So yeah, tomorrow I should be going over to the Secretary of State lawn and getting registered on the bike. I didn't realize you could get it registered without having your permit or license or anything else on a motorcycle. So
Oh yeah, you
I didn't bother. I was like, well, I'll wait till I get my license and then go do it. But I'm like, shit, if I can do it beforehand, I'm going to go get it all done and taken care of. I already got the full coverage and I got my permit. I got classes set up for the end of next month. That's the soonest I could get into a damn cycling class.
Are you kidding? I can't get into the DMV until July.
I got an appointment at the Department of Motor Vehicles. I called them this morning I hit them up online and scheduled an appointment this morning about 8:15. I scheduled it for 10:40 tomorrow morning. And so last week, to get my permit last week, I called our Midland one and they're like, no, we're booked up for appointments until like June unless you call in. If you call in the morning, they usually have some appointments for the next day.
Right.
So I called in this morning, I got in this morning and got it for tomorrow. But last week at the DMV for getting my permit, they were like, no, booked up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right. So the wife set me up an appointment over in Mount Pleasant. I ran over to Mount Pleasant 20 minutes away and got my permit over there.
Hey, what's your wife doing tomorrow? Get her to set me up with an appointment. You know, because it's difficult around here. I might just mail it in.
You got a lot more people populous down there in Grand Rapids and probably about the same amount of employees at the Secretary of State.
Right. Yeah, I might just mail mine in. Because I can mail mine in.
Yeah, if it's just a renewal, you could do all that shit online and whatnot.
I can't do it online because it lapsed, because my bike was gone for 2 years.
So it's not a renewal.
So my registration lapsed.
It's a re-register. Same reason why I got to go in tomorrow. I can't do it online because it's new.
I can't do it online.
Yeah, renewals you can do online, but you can't do anything else.
Yep.
Does your guys' DMVs have the tag agency? Do they do everything?
Yeah, so you can do the self-station.
Well, see, in Florida, they actually have a separate tag and registration agency. So it makes it a lot easier because they don't get gobbled up.
So here we've got a self-centered station or whatever. So you can go through online or whatever and go to a spot or whatever and pick them up, and you don't have to go to the DMV type thing. But it's for like the renewals and stuff like that still. You can't do it. If it's a brand new, like I have to put in transfer of title and all that, I have to go to the Secretary of State to do it. I can't do it online.
Yeah, because if you go into our registration office, you can literally be in and out in 10 minutes.
Yeah, renewals we can do online and whatnot, and we can make an appointment. Like tomorrow, I've got an appointment to go in and do it, so it'll be quick in, quick back out. I won't be there for even an hour, I don't think.
I'm
a little on a cycling test, but
I've lived in Florida all my life, and but in various counties. And I must say, I am very proud of the county I live in, because when you go into the DMV, get a tag, do whatever, it's quick, it's fast, it's easy squeezy.
What county are you in, Ed?
St. John.
Oh, I'm in Polk.
I mean, I was down in like Palm Beach and Broward County for like 10, 12 years. And dude, I went to get a tag and it took me 6 hours to go through that shit.
Try that shit in California. You'll be in there for 2 days.
You bring a tent with you, huh?
You're not kidding.
California's DMV is probably one of the worst ones.
No, probably about it, Justin.
Yeah, Justin.
Justin, no, probably about it.
Jason.
Yeah, they'll tell you take a number and it will say number 30 and it will say like number 1000 and it'll be like serving 30.
like the movie. Remember the movie Beetlejuice?
Exactly like that.
Oh. Or
Not
Zootopia.
Letters too.
Zootopia. That's funny as hell too.
this is so cool having this ice maker.
Is that the GE one?
What brand is it? The hell? I think it might be Sunbeam or something. I'm not sure. Does like 2 pounds of ice though. It'll make 2 pounds of ice. 13 minutes to make 9 cubes, I think it is, on the bigger cubes. So don't take long.
GE's got a really cool one that does crushed ice. It's like that.
Yeah, this will make small or large only. It doesn't do crushed. She got a good price on it. She said it was for my birthday, so I didn't even ask her how much she paid. I'm afraid to ask. I told her I wanted a refrigerator,
How
but
much
she
it
wouldn't give me
costs you to
that.
freeze water?
She's like, I shouldn't have given you the ice maker. Then this morning I'm home and I'm hobbling back and forth getting coffee from the kitchen. She's like, I should have got you a coffee pot.
You need to get you a little Keurig for your desk.
Right. A couple of times. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for stopping in.
Man, those Keurigs, man, those little cups, you might as well just go buy coffee.
You got to buy the
You know?
Walmart brand. They're
How much
way
are they
cheaper.
each?
Walmart brand, you get 96 of them for like 25 bucks, I think. When that's the
Oh.
cheapest.
That's not bad. That's what.
No, if you buy the name brand ones,
like-
like in cafes and stuff.
Does the
that's-
coffee taste more like, like McDonald's coffee rather than home coffee, though?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of their great
That's the
values
question,
really
is
isn't that bad. So I
How's the
mean,
flavor?
try a small little 12 pack and check it out first.
Yeah, then I got to go buy the damn machine. Well,
Dude, there's so many off brands of those machines now. that can
so we
do this
picked up a George Foreman, one of the bigger ones, and actually did burgers finally on that this week. That was pretty good. The wife's
Stovetop
working on
turkey.
diet. The George Foreman grill,
Yeah.
electric grill. We hadn't had one or whatever. We got like an electric griddle type thing, like it's an electric grill, so it gives the grill marks and everything indoor cooking. But we didn't
Those
have it
are
like a
pretty
George
cool.
Foreman, but it's pretty nice because it cooks the burgers up nice, gets the fat out of it for you. And the wife's
Dude.
trying to do a diet thing, so we're trying to watch our eating a little bit better.
Dude, I keep eyeballing that Ninja Foodie. It's about $300, but it's an indoor grill and it's an air fryer.
Oh
and
yeah,
and it is flipping off.
Oh, they got a badass
for a
microwave.
bachelor guy
Walmart.
like you, that's probably perfect, dude. I mean, it's a great size for easy meal in there and everything. I mean, yeah, but that'd be good for you, definitely.
I'm an air fryer master, dude. I cook everything in the microwave.
I'm a deep fry
or the
master.
air fryer. Period. My stove hasn't been on in a year, 2 years, probably. I haven't turned on. The oven's been on 2 or 3 times to reheat pizza, but other than that,
It was quicker than getting the
microwave,
pizza oven out.
air fryer.
Dude, Walmart's got a badass microwave for like $200. It's an air fryer, convection oven, and a microwave all in one.
Wow.
It's like, I think it's around like $250. I mean, it's a little pricey, but you're getting
I was
3.
gonna go and fly, but then I got high.
That's not bad. I paid $100 for my air fryer. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
just an air fryer.
really good ones that are really big that you can do like whole chickens and stuff in. Those are expensive.
Yeah.
Because I got one, but it's like real small. You can do like chicken nuggets, fries, nothing crazy in it.
Yeah. I like my air fryer, man. That shit. Dump. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Go sit
Am I
down.
doing that?
Beep, beep,
Am I
beep.
doing
Get up, eat.
Well, it's less mess in there. It's actually faster than starting your oven and all that.
Yeah. That's that. I ain't cleaning no ovens and stoves and shit. They get to take the stove right on out of here if they wanted to. So I wouldn't barely notice. Barely notice. Hey, Mike, you want to hook up this weekend? Just kidding, slackers.
Yeah, and so I tried to get him riled up. You hit me up first. I'm like, dude, I ain't heard nothing. About a half hour later, I'm already said, fuck it, I'm gonna go clean my shed. And then Tim hits me up. He's like, hey man, you going flying? You ready to go? I'm charging some packs. I was like, you said you were busy all weekend. He's like, I thought you wanted to go fly. I'm like, and then Adam hits up the conversation like an hour later or something like that. He's like, yeah, I'm just getting rounded up to charge some packs. I'm like, you fucking already got other shit going on, man. I already told Lon, no, man, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what's going on and fucking just do whatever. And fuck, they went out and flew Saturday.
Yeah, well,
I was like,
I
I did
flew
get my shed cleaned though, so I've been needing to do that for a while, dude.
Yeah.
It took me like 6-7 hours to clean that fucker. All day thing.
I
Did
did
you
5
guys-
packs in the FPV drone and then 3 in the Air 2S, so it wasn't
Yeah.
like I didn't fly.
Yeah, I seen the post on the flights for that Air 2 or whatever that night or whatever.
That thing, I did the FPV mode with the Air 2. It's interesting, but it's
watching the horizon change.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel the same though, does it?
It was weird though because it's jerky too.
Yeah,
it's like it just kind of jumps. It's like what the hell, you know? So
you might have to
tried it
adjust
around the buildings and stuff.
That could be too. It could be some of the yaw rates and stuff like that on the gimbal.
I could play with it. I think you could get some really good footage with the 1-inch sensor. You know, if you want to get that FPV look for the horizon,
it gets that nice floaty cinematic look because
it like a Femi feel. You know, get that horizon tilt.
Yeah, but it's only one direction.
Is that the new name for the Switch?
The Femi's like this all the time.
Yeah, it's just a permanent FPV.
DJI comes out with their Air 3 and it's Femi feel.
Look, I'm zooming on my Femi.
I played around with the FPV mode on my Air 2 last week and did some video. It was interesting.
So they've got that on the Mini 2, and I thought about it a couple of times, and I've never done it. And
it is on the Mini 2?
It's got the FPV mode, so you can. It's through the DJI app. But
I haven't even played with the Mini 2 much lately.
Yeah, so I thought about it. I'm like, but all it does is lets the horizon float. It doesn't give you the feel like it's an FPV.
Oh, no.
So I was like, nah, we'll just leave it.
You know, if
they
you
had that on the Mavic Pro. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna say if you get the Litchi app and get into the beta program, you can do the FPV through the goggles.
Yeah, but if you go into the Litchi app, you're voiding your DJI. They won't cover your DJI warranties on any of it.
If you're out of warranty anyway, then I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, once you're out of warranty, it won't matter.
I'm out of warranty, so it doesn't matter. I never bought
On the Mini 2. I don't even think I put a carry refresh on the Mini 2 to tell you the truth. So
I didn't.
It was so cheap.
It's a $600 drone for the fly more. I was like, yeah, it don't matter. So
it was so cheap though.
Yeah.
The carry refresh was like $70.
Yeah, on the Mini 1 it was only like $49 or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah. So it was a no-brainer. I was like, why not?
I figured if I broke it, I broke it any damn way. I probably wouldn't get it back if I broke it.
Yeah, right.
Did you guys see those drones over?
I ain't gonna see it again.
Did you see them drones over in Israel dropping smoke grenades and shit on people?
No.
They look like matrices.
Yeah. I've seen that in real life. I've seen that in real life, and you know, it's one of the things I argue with people about NFCs. You know, people want to argue about NFCs, and I hear their point of view. I really do.
Yeah.
But
accountability.
I've seen what people do with drones, bro.
It's accountability.
I've seen what people can do with a drone. You can put a half pound of C4 on a drone and fly it right into somebody's house, man.
Didn't that college kid get in trouble a couple of years ago for putting a flamethrower, or it was a 9mm or something?
Yeah, 9mm on one of the Phantoms or some shit like that. Any type of weaponry on a drone is illegal.
I've seen some kids chasing.
Yep, any type of aircraft, UAS.
I've seen some kids chasing people around with
the airsofts and shit.
A ghost? Because that was hilarious.
Or paintball guns.
Oh, I saw that one. Those were funny.
Yeah, the one with a ghost. They had a ghost hanging from their drone. That was hilarious.
Roman candles. That's it. Roman candles.
Yeah, Roman candles. I've got a video on my channel from 3 years ago. I took my 6-inch Martian and had Roman candles, 2 of them on there, and flew it up and down the street right here in the trailer park. I saw how they were shooting and stuff. I didn't put it on for a second run or anything. I like, nah, I need a better spot for this. Too many kids are running around and this and that. I was waiting to hit one. I'll have to go look.
I've seen a few too where people have like smoke bombs on their drones, and they're doing chases. They're chasing each other.
Very good.
Those would look cool on an FPV drone. Get a nice long smoke trail behind you. Nice colored one.
Chases are fun anyway, but the smoke trail would make it easier to follow them.
It'd be easier for you to find it after you crash it.
Yeah, well, that's true too, as long as the smoke's still going on. Then you catch the woods on fire. Oh my God!
This should bring it up.
Uh-oh. What's he screen sharing?
Oh, it should be sharing on the right screen. It's not, is it?
Where's that bank account number?
What the
Yeah, I
hell?
know. Let's see, 376-47-6235.
No, you're not getting that. It was supposed to be sharing my YouTube page.
It would look like your analytics that you were showing.
Yeah,
you
but
were
it's
close.
the wrong one. So let me do this and
The
this.
delay is hilarious because it's
Let's
still
see.
on YouTube right now. Okay, there it went.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, did Dogecoin on it?
Yeah, those
Because some
coins
guy
went
was
down to-
crying on TikTok earlier. He
Brings
lost
up this
$25,000.
No, it's not giving me the right screen, Dale. Why is Zoom not finding my page? It pops it over to the right channel too, but it's not. What the hell? See, I even moved the whole page and everything.
Yeah, Jeremy, I'm done watching it. Just kidding. I'm thinking J name. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm done babysitting it. I got over 2,000 Dogecoins now. So I'm just gonna sit on them, and what they do is what they do. Because I bought it 8 cents, and then I bought it like 20 cents or something like
This
that.
guy was freaking out on TikTok on a video that he lost $25,000. He was
So?
freaking out.
That's investments for you, baby. It is what it is.
Apparently, it was because of something Elon said or something.
Shut up. You know,
I mean, I don't know.
I heard
I'm not-
Elon
I'm
Musk
not in-
put a hold on things.
no, he quit using Bitcoin for you to be able to buy Teslas.
Why
I
is
don't know
this
why
thing
they
not
did
wanting
that
to
in
do
the
this
first
right?
place, because that's a pain in
That
the ass.
pisses me
The-
off when
The
fucking
price of
Chrome won't
Bitcoin
work.
changes every second. So what a pain in the ass that would be. Bitcoin
Well, all
went from like
kinds of
41,000 to 37,000 in like an hour today. You know, how are you supposed to buy something with something like that? You know what I mean?
It's just like when you're doing currency trading, you know, the dollar, the yen, they're just constantly
Yep.
jumping.
Yeah. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. You know? You lose some, you win some. You know? Fuck, man. Don't get in if you're gonna cry.
Rolling the dice.
Yeah.
Well, I think some of these people were expecting an early retirement. And
Yeah, they thought they were gonna get another GameStop going or something like that, right? You know, and it's like, I'm a chicken shit. I get out early. I got out early on Bitcoin. I got out early on
Blown up on my
GameStop
damn
too.
phone now.
It is what it is, man. You know, if you're scared to lose, then don't gamble. You know, it's the bottom line.
But you saw how they blocked the GameStop because all those billionaires were shorting it.
Yeah, I know.
They
Yeah.
lost
My son
hundreds of
lost.
dollars.
Yep.
My son lost $30,000.
Now what?
The whole GameStop thing. They
Oh.
pulled it out from underneath him, man. He was doing great. And they just pulled it out from underneath him. He didn't sell it. It didn't drop. He just plain couldn't get it. Poor kid. He started out with $1,000 and said, I'm going to invest this money. And went all the way to 30 grand. And he didn't sell it. He didn't lose it. It just disappeared.
Gone like a fart in the wind.
Just
Ah.
What
disappeared.
the hell?
I don't know how that's possible, but okay.
It happened. It surely did.
Well, I mean, it's somewhere. If he bought stock, he owns it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, he's part of this group where they're suing GameStop to try to get their money because, or whoever it is that's in charge.
Robinhood. It was probably Robinhood. It's got nothing to do with GameStop. GameStop doesn't control how their stock is sold. You know what I'm saying? It's sold through it's sold through the stock exchange through brokers. Okay, and
I
you can
remember
sign
that
up
name.
with a broker, and whoever your broker is, he buys your stock for you. You can broker yourself if you want, but you go through a broker. And you know, I go through Robinhood just because they're easy. It's easy. I can pick up my phone and buy shit and sell shit. So I don't know how he bought it, but Robinhood put a stop to GameStop sales because the
No.
FCC, not the FCC, the Federal Trade Commission, FTC got involved, and it was a big old mess. You're right, but I don't see how he lost all his money. he still owns the stock. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he was up to 30 grand and it disappeared like a magic trick. It was just gone. And you're right. I believe Robinhood is the name he was telling me.
Right. Well, he still owns the stock though. It might not be worth as much as what he wants it to be worth, but I don't even know. What is GameStop worth, Jones? I don't even know. I haven't looked at it lately. I sold mine and got out. I made like $4,000 or $5,000 and I got out because I'm a chicken shit when it comes to that stuff. I got in early and then it made some money and I said, okay, bye. You know.
All these rich guys were complaining about the poor people investing their stimulus checks and da-da-da-da. And then they started a big stink about it. And next thing you know, his money was just unaccounted for.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't get the darn Zoom to work right, but there's a link to the video that I was trying to show off my channel where I was shooting those bottle rock or Roman candles off my drone.
Hey, salute y'all. I gotta go.
All right, Ed. Take care.
I'll
I'll
be hanging around, but I got to go.
I hope to see you around this week a little bit more, brother.
All right, man. Sounds
Hit me
good.
up if you need to chat or something.
All right, man.
All right, peace, bro.
See you later, Ed.
Bye-bye, Ed.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Yeah. It was a good time flying with cannons shooting off your drone. It's a matter of timing with them Roman candles. You got to hurry up, light them things, put your goggles on, get up here. They're starting to launch as you're getting up.
You need another person. You should have that thing hovering.
The other guy that was with me wasn't fast enough either. He would have been no good to try to help. So he was making sure it was still clear for me so I could launch without worries. Checking traffic. Yeah, I might have to do something like that this year again. I don't know though. I might be riding the bike on the 4th of July. Woo.
Yeah.
Class is supposed to be over like June 1st, I think. So I should have by 4th of July, I should have my actual license and everything and be ready to roll.
Yeah, I took that Friday off for 4th of July, so I have a 4-day weekend. And my bike runs now, but I need to re-weld my frame and I got to get my hands on a TIG welder. So
we're having a family reunion up north somewhere here in Michigan. So a family from California is coming up here that we haven't seen in like eons. I don't know, probably been 10 years or so, but they're coming up for like a family reunion up here, up north towards like Traverse City type area, Ludington area or something like that. And they got like this cabin set up. There's like 4 cabins or whatever all together. And
right.
So it's like, you know, here, we're going to be here from this day to this day. Let us know who's coming and when. And if the kids are this or that, and you're welcome to come hang out and enjoy. So we're probably going to end up going up there. I may ride the bike up there though. That'd be cool. A good ride.
We normally have pretty good fireworks up there. I think around Alpena or Sleeping Bear or somewhere like that, where they have like a pretty good
Tawas Bay does
fireworks over the lake.
Tawas Bay does a pretty good demonstration down there. Traverse City has a pretty good display. I was there once for Traverse City's display. What's up there? Shoot, can't even remember what's up there near Traverse City. There's another town that's got another ski resort right close by up there north, or whatever. But there's a bunch of stuff up there everywhere.
How about Crystal Mountain?
No, Crystal Mountain's closer inward. This is Boyne's up there. That's Traverse.
Boyne. Oh yeah, Boyne Mountain. Yeah.
Let me think. Ski resorts, northern Michigan.
Well, there's Crystal, Boyne.
Well, there's Snow Snake in Harrison. There's Noob's Knob ski resort in Harbor Springs. Cadillac has Cabafe.
Oh, Cabernet. I forgot about Cabernet.
The Treetops is in Gaylord. There's Iron River, Belmont, Thompsonville, Holly, Ostiego, Marquette, Roscommon. Where? Come on.
There you go.
Boyne Falls. There we go.
Boyne Fall.
Yeah, Boyne Falls area.
Did you say Boyne Falls?
Yep, Boyne Falls.
Oh, Boyne. I thought you said
Oh, see, that's all right around the same area too. That Noob's Knob Ski Resort is right down the road from there, and Alpine Village. There's a bunch of stuff up that way.
Hey, Mike, do you know if we can fly the Mackinac Bridge?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. That's 5 miles across, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fly the bridge as long as you don't go over it. You can
Okay.
fly around it. You can go under it all you want. You can actually fly an airplane underneath the Mackinac Bridge legally. Legally, because it's so high up.
Oh, yeah,
There
it's
you go.
high as hell.
You need to go
it's
try
that high up.
the AV mode over there.
But yeah, we could fly. I thought about going over. I've seen some people flying like Mackinac City and whatnot, going across over to St. Ignace and flying from that way. I'd like to go to Mackinac City itself and fly into the island.
Right.
That'd be cool.
I don't know if that's allowed or not. I have
I
no
don't know if
idea.
they've got restricted zones there or not.
If we think of a no-fly zone, you would think it would be,
Yeah.
quite frankly. You
But
think
yeah,
they wouldn't
flying
allow
the
it?
bridge, man. That'd be cool to fly around.
Flying a bridge would be cool.
That's a hell of a ride too there, huh? Oof.
Oof.
Make a day of that. Leave early in the morning.
I did that on a
Lots of
crotch
stops
rocket
along the
once.
way.
I did that on a crotch rocket once. I'll never do that again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
Right,
thought about
M20.
going from. I almost did the Delmac. So that's the bicycle ride that goes from Lansing all the way up to Mackinac. It's like 500 miles over a week. Over a week.
Oh, Lance.
Yeah, you're doing like 100 miles a day, dude. I'm like,
No,
yeah, nah.
no, no, not just no, hell no.
Right. You get to ride the bicycle over the Mackinac, though. Doesn't that make it all worth it?
No.
I can,
You know
I
what?
can go on Labor Day and walk it just the same.
I haven't seen the Mackinac Bridge in years. But the last time I was there, it stuck riding a motorcycle over
Ooh,
because of the way the grills run.
yeah.
You know, you gotta be like,
A motorcycle always shifts. It's two gyros you're riding on. So it's trying to take the road however it handles it.
yeah, it's like.
So them tire movements, the motorcycle's always moving around.
Yeah.
What is it? Just those metal grates all the way across?
Yeah,
Yeah,
metal
metal
grates
grates.
all the way
Oh
across.
God, I hate
Except
those.
for a couple points where they've got like the main mount areas, you know, the main beam supports.
Right.
Even driving a car over
Concrete
those.
but in between is all like grates. There's one lane that's great, and there's some that aren't. And then there's a section where it's all great, regardless. The wife doesn't like driving over it. She's like, if she drives over it, she's got to be on the solid part. She doesn't want to drive over the grates, just knowing that drop below, and she won't look down. She doesn't like going over the darn Zilwaukee Bridge in Saginaw. She looked at that. She's like in the center lane, up and over.
Yeah, you can see
not
down.
looking either side, just straight
Yeah.
down, gripping the wheel, white fist.
So they have a solid side and then a side with just grates.
Yeah, for the Mackinac. Yep.
Oh,
So there's
wow.
2 lanes on each side going each way. The inside lane on both sides is all great. The outside lane has some concrete here and there, but there are some great spots, but it's mostly solid all the way through.
I bet that's sketchy when it's wet, huh?
Yeah.
That's probably
It's
why
windy.
it's so graded, is so that it's not so, it doesn't get wet and ice up as easy, because it's cold up there too. And your superior water splashing on there are cold already. So not that there's a lot of water splashing on, but the storms come through there. It's like almost a mile up, I think, from the water level to the bridge. It's almost a mile, I think.
It's high. I don't know if it's a mile, but it's high.
At the high
sketchy
point,
up
I
there,
mean.
though. And the wind is something else too.
Yeah.
And it's high enough to where you get cloud cover. So you'll be riding that bridge and you can't see shit.
Yeah, you get that haze.
In the middle of a thunderstorm.
You're like this.
Oh, snowstorm and suck going across.
Oh.
They've closed the bridge down several times because of the climate and weather and whatnot. There's been lots of time. Nope, not going across today.
Nope.
Have to wait it out.
Yep. Wherever you're at. And if you're over there, you're staying there. And if
Like-
you're over here, you're staying here.
Back in the day, we had those like the Yugo car.
Yeah.
We've seen those Yugos get blown right off the fucking bridge, dude, from the winds.
Yep.
Blown
Yeah.
right the fuck
There's
off
video.
the bridge, dude.
There's video of cars getting blown off the bridge back in the
Yep.
day. There's video. Back when it
That's why
first
they
got
started
put up.
closing it more and whatnot.
Well, think about it. It's all grates across there. That wind comes up under
Yeah,
there.
there's
Yeah.
nothing slow.
All
It's just
track.
airlift.
Yeah.
Fucking
Right out,
smart
man.
car would go flying.
Try
Yeah,
riding a
there's video.
motorcycle on the streets of San Francisco.
Go.
You get to the stop signs, you go up, and you don't see nothing but sky, and you don't know what to. You know, there's a stop sign on the other side of the.
Yeah,
It's all about faith, man. You go
all
up
kinds
and-
of blind intersections on them hills. Right. Yeah, family reunions, good place to pick up girls. No, not so much, Bob. Not so much.
Not my family.
Hey, Mike, I got to tell you this, Mike. You know what my son said a couple years ago? He said, next time we have a family reunion and I see one of these pretty girls that I've never met before, I'm just going to tell them, hey, I know we're not from Arkansas, but
We're only cousins, right?
Right. Second cousin's a dad.
he really said that. He's about 12 years old.
And you tell them we're only brother and sister by blood.
It didn't bother Noah. Why should it bother us?
Oh, we're only half brother. That's like these two rabbits that are getting chased down by these foxes or whatever. They duck up under a tree, under a bush, and over there panting. One looks at the other. He says, "Should we stay here and outnumber them or make a run for it?" The other one looks over. He says, "We're going to make a run for it. We're brothers, you idiot."
I got that.
The rabbits just like to fuck. Oops, my phone chose the days.
How long you staying on, Mike? You get up at 9?
Yeah, probably 9 or 10. I don't know. It's slow night. The wife's still in there streaming right now, so
What does she
He
stream?
has a bundle section.
she does jewelry sales on Facebook.
Oh, so okay, I've seen those.
Yep,
Bunch of
Renee's
times.
Bling Connection. So it's the cheap knockoff jewelry like they sent me from China for my ATV. Dude, I got a living room full of that shit. You think that I could go grab a tub in right now and come in here and show you a whole fucking like 50, 60 rings, dude.
Did you
Does
ever
she
get
have one of
any
those spinners?
response?
So they're like the costume jewelry. She buys it cheap and then sells it for like $5.
Dude, there's a big market for costume jewelry though,
Yeah,
because girls like to
um,
buy it for one night use.
Yeah.
They might be going out for
So they call it paparazzi is what they call it. The paparazzi jewelry. But yeah, she's into doing that. Got her own little business thing. But dude, she's clearing like shit. There's been months she's made like $1,000 off that shit just sitting around doing the stream like a couple nights a week or whatever for an hour or so.
But she have one of those spinners. And next up, item
No, she
743.
usually does like the tickets in the bucket or whatever, but she's got little number tags for each of her pieces and all that.
Right.
Yeah. She's
Mike
got
knows
pegboard.
about custom
You
jewelry.
walk into my living room and there's like 10 pieces of pegboard and it's all like 4 foot tall, just lined with jewelry hanging. It's like a jewelry
Mike knows
shop in
about
my
costume
living room.
jewelry. Don't you, Mike? You know about costume jewelry, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cheap
you ordered
stuff.
that. You
That's
ordered that ring. Remember that ring you ordered?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about just a minute ago. Somebody said something about ATV and ring, and I'm like, yeah, that one right there. That's what they sent me. Instead of
What's that
an
one?
ATV, I got a ring.
That's pretty sweet.
Knockoff costume jewelry.
So do you ever
You
hear
ride
anything back?
No, I haven't dealt with it. The wife's been busy, and she's my secretary. She's the one that bitches at the people because I'll say the wrong things. She's good. She's customer service rep, so I mean that's what she does for a living. She knows how to work that shit. But she's been busy, so yeah, I need to get her on it this weekend. She like started a class this week, 40 people in her class or some shit she's training.
Wow.
Yeah. She works for Morley, so she answers customer service calls for insurance, like Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Aetna, Meridian, all that shit. Basically, it's their little midpoint so that the doctors don't have to deal with it, or the insurance companies don't have to. They just send it to them and they handle it with all the paperwork and, you know, blah, blah, blah.
That's the same thing my wife does, but she works for like a huge doctor's office here in Florida.
Yeah, this is just one company that handles all the different accounts and whatnot.
She does like all the referrals for the insurances to get you approved for different procedures and stuff like that.
Yep. Yeah, she's more just customer service, like people, why do I have this on my bill? And why is my insurance not saying it's right? Or, you know, just making sure activation dates, checking things, checking bills, making sure things are supplemented the right way. And there may be like 2 insurances coverage or whatever, and why did this insurance cover it, not this insurance, or blah blah blah. So they just go into the system and try to work it back and forth and get all the details, gather stuff, and direct.
Dude, that insurance shit is confusing. I give it to anybody who works in that field because I don't.
My son's like the help desk, so all the people that are answering the phones call him when they have a question they can't answer. And then my wife, she's one of the instructors teaching them how to answer the phones. So they both started out as answering phones for like the last year and a half or whatever, and worked their way up. And the wife's trying to get into the supervisor spot so that she's basically overseeing the person training the classes and whatnot. But it's working out. Makes decent money and has time on the side to do her jewelry and whatnot and supplement. And
insurance and medical billing is the coding and shit. Those people. Yeah. I know people that they do that, and that's all they do is medical billing and coding for doctors and shit, so they can get insurance to pay them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. That would be more like what Justin's wife does, is the coding and whatnot.
Yeah, she actually just had to fix something a couple weeks ago because one of the girls had been doing something wrong for 2 years. Ooh. And they found out it was like $100,000 or something and missing money.
Wow.
A couple of the other girls in her office had to fix it
because it wasn't put in to draw out the right way, or
Wow.
Yeah. But for 2 years, this girl was doing something wrong with the insurance. And
that's a lot of shit to chase, dude. You'd think they'd have caught something before that, long before, because I mean they're doing audits every year, you know.
Yeah, you think they'd have caught it. I got killed for $100. It wasn't a ton, but I went to the doctor the one time I go to the doctor, and then my insurance was supposed to pay for it, but they coded it wrong. So then 6 months later, I know nothing. All of a sudden, I'm getting letters in the mail and shit. you know, bitching because they didn't get paid. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? I get hold of the insurance company, they're like, well, they never sent us an invoice. I mean, what are you talking about? And they went back and forth. And I said,
how was that my fucking fault?
Here's $100.
I didn't have nothing to do with all that.
Yeah, I'm like, I go here's the $100. Just leave me alone. I'm getting letters and calls and shit. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? Here's $100. Fuck it.
That's like Walmart offers insurance, and I didn't take it when they had the open enrollment. And then randomly, like 6 months ago, I got a letter in the mail from the government saying they gave me free insurance. I never applied for it, nothing. They just gave me free insurance out of nowhere. And I was just like, okay, I'm still on it. No, the government did. They gave me Medicaid.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't even apply for it. I just got a letter in the mail saying, hey, you were put on to government insurance. I was like, okay. And I've had it for like 6 months. I haven't used it, and it's still active.
What's the deductible?
You don't pay any deductibles on government insurance.
Really?
No, you don't pay any co-pays, nothing.
Were you in the military, Justin?
No, I wasn't. But that's what I'm saying. I never applied for it or anything. They just sent me a letter in the mail saying that I had, I can't remember what the insurance company's name is, but they just gave me free insurance out of nowhere. And I was just like, okay. And 6 months later, it's still active. So I was like, okay.
True, Birdman? Tailspin says that I fly better behind my back. I figured that was your slogan straight up, man. I didn't think you flew any other way. Always got that radio behind his back flying them drones. I don't know. He saw somebody do it and he's been doing it ever since.
My foot fell asleep. I almost fell on my butt.
I think it was Stinger Swarm's fault.
But yeah, I walked into the dollar store the other day just to ask him to get a part-time job to make a little bit extra money. And then the dude just offered me a store manager position. I was like, okay. So
It's your demeanor. You have a good demeanor. See,
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just take it. I was like, all right.
They're like Walmart. Fuck yeah, we could use you.
Well,
You might
the
know what
amount-
you're doing.
The amount
Yeah.
of stuff that Walmart moves compared to the dollar store, it's insanely
Walmart's got a lot more people to move it though.
Yeah, but the number of items.
Dollar General's usually got like 2-3 people working on a shift to move that shit around. So it's a lot of work.
Walmart will average a couple 100,000 items in one store.
Yeah, what he's talking about is the number of different things you got to.
Yeah,
Boom.
you
That's
got to
the
stock
problem.
themselves daily.
Well,
Dollar
like I-
General is a hot spot. The people
Well, I
are
was
in and
in-
out, in and out, in and out. It's like constantly stocking all day long.
Well, see, it's this thing is I was in Dollar General a couple months ago and I heard a lady bitching. She was like, oh, I got one pallet of freight. What am I going to do? And I'm just thinking, yo, I used to go
I
through
used to
10
pull
pallets
15
by
pallets
myself.
out at Kmart every night, dragging it out to the floor and start spreading
Dude,
stuff.
Walmart
off people's
pulls out anywhere between probably on an average night, they have about 10,000 separate cases come off of 1 to 2 different trucks.
Oh yeah,
It's,
man.
it's usually probably about 15 to 25 pallets, somewhere around in there.
And now they have this special machine that they put on. They don't use that pull belt that they pull up on the truck no more.
Conveyor. Yeah.
It's just it's an automatic conveyor. You put the boxes on the conveyor, it goes down, goes under this computer, it scans it, and then it
Well, that's
sorts it
good.
out on pallets.
That's for efficiency and speed.
They
Let
learned
the
that from
computer system
Amazon.
do it. It all puts it in and does it anyway.
They learned that from
Kmart,
Amazon.
we had to go down the list and check everyone. Check.
Dude, everything's getting
Yeah.
automated now. You've seen their floor machines are all automated now. You go into
Yeah.
Walmart and the fucking floor machine's driving by
No.
itself.
Bob, I didn't get the scooter. No, I didn't. So I got pissed off and went out and bought a motorcycle instead.
we used to call motorcycles scooters when I was a young man.
So he's talking about the ATV officially that it was supposed to have a track and this and that. But
Well, maybe you should go to
it
the
would have
company
been cool,
that
but
actually makes it and buy it. Buy the real
yeah.
thing.
I just need to stay off that track stuff anyway. That's what I got thinking. I'm like, I'm going to kill myself on that thing. Here I'm 3 torn ligaments in my shoulder out of 4 on my rotator cuff. I got tendonitis going on my feet, elbow, and this and that. Yeah, I don't need anything like that. I need something I can just sit on, kick back. Oh yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, me either. I'm done with dirt bikes and off road and stuff.
If I want to ride dirt bikes and shit, my kids have got all of. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, my kids have got dirt bikes and 4-wheelers and all that kind of stuff, and they go doing it all the time. I think they're talking about going up this weekend up to go sand duning or something like that.
See how my one thumb's twisted?
Yeah.
It's like 2 or
Yeah.
3 degrees out from where it's supposed to be. Broke right there on my dirt bike.
Yep.
And the doctor said,
Yeah,
"You
I've
want me to
torn
set
some
it back?"
ligaments. I busted 3 of the bones in my wrist doing dirt bikes. 3 out of the 7 bones, I fractured those. Rode the bike all the way back home.
these 2 fingers, these 2 were cut off right here.
Oh,
And they put them back on, and they're a couple degrees off.
Yeah.
yeah. The doctor asked me if I wanted to break my finger back into place. I said, "Don't you fucking touch it." I said, "I'll leave it just like it is." He
That's
said, "Well,
cool.
you can be a good piano player then." I was like,
Oh no.
And a funny story is when I was in elementary school, I broke one of my friend's arms. And then when we were in middle school, he ended up breaking my arm. Same kid. And I broke my left arm, 360-degree break from the top all the way down to my elbow. And then my shoulder came out of socket too. So they had to grab my arm while it was broken and pop it back in. Telling you that was the most painful shit ever.
Break your hip once.
Oh, hip or rib?
I dislocated my hip and broke my leg in 11 places when I was in the Army. So the hip is just so central. Huh?
Ooh,
Hoorah.
That's more of the Marines. Hoorah.
Yeah, the Marines officially started the hoorah.
Yeah, we always said, "Ugh!"
Yeah, hip and
going to
rib
Calvary.
injuries are some of the worst.
Hips.
Yeah, and ribs.
Yeah, it's just so central is the problem. It's so central. You know, you can elevate your foot when you break it, but when you break a hip, it's like it's right in the middle. Yeah.
In every movement because it supports your body.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, it was a tough one, dude. I was in the hospital for about 3 months.
Same thing with the back.
Yeah.
That lower back will fuck you up too.
Well, Mike knows about those rib injuries. There's no comfortable
I'm
position.
still bruised up, dude. I'm still sore from that. I like today. I was like, oh man, I must have laid on it funny last night or something because she was sore this morning when I woke up. Been like 3 weeks, almost a month. I've been fighting that shit off.
You take out the trash. There's garbage day tomorrow.
Yeah, right. It was simply taking out the garbage. That was a
Yeah, I
stupid.
know, right? That's
Leaned
what
over
happens,
that
though.
darn handrail.
Wait, hold on. How did you do that? Because I never even actually
So
heard the story.
I was taking out a bag of garbage, and we've got a deck out there, so it's got a handrail around the deck. Our garbage can was just out on the outside of the deck, so I reached down to get the lid, and I couldn't quite get it. So I was like, all right. So I gave myself a push to kind of roll up onto the handrail to reach it, and when I did, I heard my ribs just do that ripple effect, that ripple.
Hey, he was playing the xylophone.
Dude, yeah, it was like, yeah, straight down, like playing the piano down my ribs. And I stood up and I was like, oh, I couldn't even stand straight. It was that much pain already. I stretched a little bit like that. I did something not good. Walked around, threw the garbage can away, and proceeded to ice my ribs and everything. The rest of the fuck. 2 o'clock in the morning, I was at ER getting X-rays. Yeah, they
Did you
said
end
I
up
didn't break
breaking
anything or
anything?
fracture anything, just
you
bruised it real good. Yeah, I think they lied. I think there were some hairline fractures they didn't see somewhere in there. It hurt. That shit ain't fun, dude. It's like you cough and it's like, oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And I smoke, so I'm always coughing.
Yeah, I broke my ribs before. I know where you're at. Yeah, that's
Every
tough.
little thing, dude. You just that little bit of cough would have put you into 2 holes. I was like, oh. So yeah, Bob, it seems to be a nice bike, man. It's a V-Star Classic, 650, 8,000 miles on it. Nice blue and chrome. Doesn't have any extras, no windshield, no saddlebags, nothing like that, but we'll work on it.
How's your bike project coming along, Lon?
I rode it around. I just got to weld the frame. They broke a motor mount when they crashed.
Oof.
So I got to weld, and it's cast aluminum. So I got to have
TIG welder.
special welder, special gas, special filament.
TIG.
And my buddy's got it, but the work he does takes him out of town all the time. So he's supposed to be back in town by this weekend. So I'm gonna get it over there so I can re-weld the frame. And then after that, I'm gonna evaluate what I want to do. It boils down to it's got 80,000 miles on it.
So it's almost better to probably just off it, get the claim off it, buy you something different.
Yeah, don't tempt me because quite frankly, I got full coverage insurance on it.
Right.
I can sit on it for 3 months and then it might disappear.
I'm just saying you could probably sell it off even.
Yeah, I could probably sell
back
it for
out of it.
$2,000.
Cut your losses out of it.
Huh?
I mean, you got paid off on the insurance already, so I mean, it's not like you're losing anything. Well, you lost in the end to begin with, but
you be careful with them welded frames, Lon. You be careful with them welded frames. You be careful.
Well, yeah. My
My
buddy builds ARCA cars. He builds ARCA cars for a living.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, he was hired by NASCAR, but he's a jackass, and he didn't. Yeah, it's a long story.
Didn't comply.
Very long. Yeah,
compliance.
He's a little bit of a jackass, but anyway, he still builds ARCA cars, so he can weld. I completely trust him. It's not in question. I trust him. I'm not even worried about it. And I'm going to brace it up too. We're going to weld the frame, and then we're going to put like about a 1/4 inch plate on top and weld that to the frame too. So we're going to weld the two pieces together and another piece on top. So it'll probably be stronger than it was to begin with.
Very good.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, we used to build choppers, and I'll tell you what, you don't know how many times somebody come back mad as hell because them damn things break.
Yeah. Now we're TIG welding aluminum here, you know, so I'm gonna do a good job or I ain't gonna ride it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That bike will do 180 miles per hour, so I'm not gonna be
Being a motor mount,
it's gonna be all or nothing. Huh?
It's not as detrimental being a motor mount either. That's just holding the motor where it's not like structural of the frame.
No, it's not structural in the frame, bro. It's here's the frame, let's say, and then this piece comes off. It's an ear that comes off that mounts the motor. The motor is a stretched member of the frame. The motor is solid mounted to the frame.
Mhm.
Okay?
I misunderstood. I thought you were fixing the frame.
Well, I got to weld to the frame because it's a part of the frame, you know, but it's where the motor mounts to. So the frame itself is, the integrity of the frame is good, but that ear was broken off. So I got the ear and we just got to weld the ear back on. And like I said, we'll put about a 1/4 inch plate on top of it and weld that to it too. So it'll be stronger than it was to begin with. I'm not taking any chances. Like I said, I could make this a track bike, but I'm pretty old. So riding the track is not really in my future either. You know, so I used to race back in the day, but number one, I'm fat now. I was 160 pounds when I raced. I'm 260 now.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with street bikes. Is 80,000 a lot for a street bike?
Well, no, not a Japanese street bike. You know, a lot of people think so because, like, it depends on
It's
where
not
you
like
live.
a Harley where you get 25,000 miles because if you don't maintain it, it ravels the fuck apart.
Right. No, a Japanese bike, some of the modern American bikes too. I'm not trying to put down American bikes, but those Japanese bikes, man, the motor, the same company that makes the motor for my bike, or no, my last bike, not this bike, for Mike's bike, the same company that makes the motor for Mike's bike made the motor in the Toyota FRS. You know what I'm saying? You know, so they make motors that last indefinitely. I know guys with Honda CBRs with 300,000 miles on it, and that's no exaggeration.
So it's like a 1992 Honda Civic on 2 wheels.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, seriously though. I mean, I know guys with hundreds of thousands of miles on crotch rock. It's not, you know, I know guys with gold wings with 200,000 and 300,000 miles on, and they've never done a minute's maintenance other than changing no oil and maybe put some spark plugs in it.
I chopped out a
Goldwings or something.
Honda Goldwing once. I chopped out a Honda Goldwing once. I had it for 25 years.
Yeah. I
And I
know
only
guys.
had 3 cylinders. It sounded like an old VW going down the road. Never did get it fixed.
Yeah. Now I know guys with Honda Gold Wings, they'll leave them sit out in the yard for a year, go out, throw a battery in it, and push the button. Vroom! You know, love them or hate them, those Japanese dudes know how to build a motor. You know, they really do.
Well, I took a Honda Goldwing and I chopped the back and dropped it down and I chopped the front. I wrecked a Harley and I had a good running Goldwing, so I said, hell with it, let's mix them together. And boy, I had the craziest bike you ever seen, but only ran on 3 cylinders for 20 years.
Was that the 6-cylinder Goldwing? Was that the
4-cylinder?
6-cylinder? Oh, so it was an old one. It was more like a silver wing. Was it a gold wing or a silver wing?
No, it was a 1979 Goldwing, and I chopped it out just to have some fun.
Right.
And it was so cool that I didn't see the point in getting another one. And I rode it on 3 cylinders for like 20-something years. It sounded like an old VW with loud mufflers going by.
Right.
I've seen some really nice Goldwings, like almost like the touring bikes, I guess you want to call them, for doing like long driving.
Yeah, yeah. That's what a lot of people do with those Goldwings, man. They get trailers for them and shit.
They're like the Cadillacs of bikes from what I've seen. I mean, they look super comfortable.
Yeah. They got armrests and shit. Yeah, there's nothing to see a Goldwing going down the road with a chick in the back. Knock the F out.
In the leather recliner, the rear
Got
recliner.
knocked out. They got seat belts on them and shit. They got AC on them. Some of the goalies have AC. They have stereos, of course.
That's yours, Mike's?
There's
Yeah.
my bike.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to hook you up.
Right. So that's the helmet I got for free right there, Lon.
The Sons of Anarchy helmet.
It's a small even. It's got the zipper so that it's got the lower leather down below for your ears and whatnot, but you can zip it off and have just the top hat. But I'm looking for a full face. Definitely.
Hey, hard to
Man, I got stung by a bee hitting around the lake the other night. I was like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
What's the biker club in Florida? The Outlaws?
Well, it could be. That's a
It,
nationwide
it
club.
varies, man.
Outlaws.
Outlaws, Hell's Angels,
Yeah, but they all have.
Banditos. They're everywhere.
But I was going down there. I was going down I-4 like probably 6 months ago, and fucking 20 of these fuckers came up next to me. I was like, God, let me don't hit one of these bastards off their bikes. They're gonna fucking kill me.
You just had the Daytona bike rally like last month or so down there. So there was like probably all kinds of affiliated, as far as the 1% groups and
Maybe.
But going down
what went on?
I-4,
Yeah.
and having 20 of these dudes next to you, it's like, God, let me not hit one of these guys off their bikes.
yeah. Hit one of them, you got 30 of them on you instead.
Oh, there was like 20 of them, dude. And there was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, but it's
of them
only a phone call away for their buddies up the road.
But I think Florida's Outlaws is their main. I think that they're the main club in Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
It could be, but there's an Outlaws chapter here in town where I live.
Right.
So
They all have chapters everywhere, but there's certain clubs that have more of a stake in certain states.
Here's what I rode for 25 years.
holy crap.
Is that the one that caught on fire?
That is the one that caught on fire.
Okay, why is that there?
Can't get rid of it.
Junkyard somewhere.
No way, man.
It's like you're growing stuff on it.
Those are probably too high ape hangers for here. 30
Oh
inches
man, I
off
can't
the
handle.
top of
I
the seat.
hate ape hangers. Oh my
Yeah,
god, I hate it.
Dude, I did ape hangers back in the day with bicycles, and that it makes steering so much more difficult. You don't
Yeah,
have the
you
control with ape hangers as you do with it. It may be a
You
more
have a
comfortable
swing?
ride for the long run, but I don't know. Out here like this doesn't sound fun to me.
No,
I like being
Yeah,
down here where I can control it. Everything's right there.
I'm the other way around. I can't handle them little bitty handlebars. I just
trip
trip
no beach
my own
bars,
feet.
huh?
Say again?
Beach bars, straight
Yeah.
bars.
Yeah, I can't
You
deal
know,
with those.
people that ride around straight?
Dude,
I
I've
gotta have
seen
one
guys.
of them.
I've seen guys going down the road with those ape hanger bars, and their arms are almost straight in the air. I'm like, how the fuck are you riding 20 miles like that, or even 100
And them
miles?
guys,
That's crazy.
those guys are wondering how you ride without them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, holding your arms up just regularly, but I'm just saying, like, hold
Dude,
them up.
I was in the army, man. Hold that 8-pound freaking gun out in front of you, straight out in front of you. Don't let your arms drop. Get them up there. Get them up there. Yeah, I don't need no ape hangers, dude. I had enough of that shit.
Okay, you guys all went through boot camp. I saw a funny thing earlier, and I don't know if it was a joke or if they were being serious, but somebody posted to this guy's TikTok, who do I talk to if I need emotional support in boot camp? And the guy that was in the military comes back and he says, you find the drill sergeant with the gold ring on his hat, and he's the emotional support drill sergeant. And you don't call him drill sergeant, you call him sir. And he said you just go up to him and hug him or something. I was like, no, that can't be right. I was like, this dude's got to
somebody playing with somebody there.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that.
He's gonna go up
Ain't
and try
none
to
of them
hug
drill sergeants looking to be your fucking friend in basic training. None of them.
That's why I said
Emotional support. You better be. I mean, they'll give you some emotional support, but it's going to be a pep talk and then a kick in the ass on the way out the door.
Ha! Until 20
Well, they
push-ups.
send you to your priest.
Yeah, there's no
Send you to
emotional support for nothing there.
They send you
That's
to your
like-
priest, and then
They
your
don't want
priest
you to be
talks
friendly
you
and-
stand.
They don't want you to be a
chaplain,
friend and
no,
try to be
actually-
friendly with them, because then they think, you know, the leverage isn't there. They want to have that leverage,
Yeah.
that control.
But you say that though, the chaplain, you can always go see the chaplain.
Yep. There's your emotional support. I need to go see it. I need to go see the
real talk. If
I
you
need to go
were
get some
having
counsel.
problems, you see the chaplain.
Yep.
Yep,
If
that's
you
what
have
I'm saying.
any issues, you see the chaplain.
Yeah, the chaplain's always available for you. They won't stop you from seeing a chaplain
They'll
ever.
never stop you from seeing the chaplain. No.
And
I
then the
need to see
chaplain
the
talks
chaplain.
when he's staying.
No, they don't even give you the Motrin anymore, man. That's it just sends you on your way.
Yeah, they back in combat, there was always a chaplain. So
Oh, we
No,
must
there's
be getting
always a
into the late hour. Aggie showed up. What's going on, Aggie? Mecha Steve, I see you in there. Good to have you guys.
My favorite
else do
drill
we got?
sergeant clip from any movie has got to be Full Metal Jacket.
oh yeah.
Of course, of
Oh,
course.
man.
I'm gonna call you Gomer Pyle.
Unlimited Vertical, I see you there.
I'll watch that movie
Yes,
just
sir.
for the first 20 minutes and then I'll.
You like me, boy? You're
want
looking
some
at me
support,
like you
drop
like
down
me.
and support
Go,
your
drill
ass.
sergeant. Oh, you don't like me, boy? Why don't you like me?
Your mama don't live here.
Well, a lot of people said, oh, he played that role so good. I was like, because he was an
He was a
actual
drill
drill
sergeant.
sergeant in real life.
Right.
He was a real drill sergeant. He
And he
died
killed-
like 5 years ago, I think, or something like that. He used to have a cool show where he had
Milk
weapons
Call.
and stuff.
It was called Mel Call on Discovery Channel or History Channel, one of the two.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
He was supposed to be an advisor. He wasn't even supposed to be in the movie.
And they liked him so much, they put him in the movie, yo.
They said, show us how to do it right. And they said, holy mackerel, we need you. Well, get rid of this other guy. We'll use you instead.
Oh, he fucking killed that role.
Oh, are you kidding? He should got an Oscar. He was so good in that movie because lots of people got Oscars out of that movie. He didn't. He should have. He was good.
The only thing about the Marines is you got 2 or 3 of them on you at once, though, not just one.
Yeah.
That's the thing about like them bikers that we were just talking about. You ain't got just one of them. They're a brotherhood, and
Yeah.
they are to the end, straight ready to fight. You know, that's the thing about they talk all this about outlaw bikers and Hell's Angels and Mongols and this and that. And 90% of those guys in those groups don't want anything to do with all that bullshit. They just do it because it's a brotherhood.
Right.
Their higher up said, this is what we're going to do. And this is what we agreed on. And you either do it or you're not going to like the outcome if you don't. That's what it comes down to. But I was doing like that History Channel, the outlaw bikers, Hell's Angels, and that. I've been watching that and whatnot. But some of the shit that you could see where the gang related, yeah, there's a lot of shit that come down the line and whatnot, and you get caught up either way.
Well, you know, those bikers were getting pissed about people wearing the Sons of Anarchy gear from the movie, from the show.
Yeah,
like
just
actual
from the, yeah,
vest, because they had that
Guys
bottom
are a
rocker.
bunch of dummies.
because it had the rocker, right?
I dare anybody to mess with my kids or anybody else about wearing a Sons of Anarchy jacket. If anybody ever stops my kid and gives him a hard time about wearing that jacket, I'm gonna look right at them and say, who made you and what are you talking about? Because there ain't nothing wrong with wearing that jacket. If you
Yeah,
got a
there
problem,
There was a video on YouTube. A group of bikers walked up to this dude that was wearing one, and they got pissed just because it had that California bottom rocker on
So
it.
that was the Mongols versus the Hell's Angels.
Yeah,
There was a big thing about that where the Mongols come up and they had their patch, and then they started putting the California rocker on there. And at that time, the Hell's Angels wore the California rocker. And so the Hell's Angels put up a big stink, said, no, this is our territory, man. California's ours. So you're going to take that rocker off. You didn't ask. We didn't allow you to wear it. So they got into a big dispute. I was watching that today on that, in that outlaw bikers thing where they were talking about it. They've got the one guy that was a former president of the Hell's Angels telling the story, commentary and whatnot, and talking through and the different things. And you get the rumors, oh yeah, it was over this or that or the other thing. But it originally started with one of the outlaw bikers, like with the outlaws and Hell's Angels. The outlaw bikers took on one of the Hell's Angels women and was flaunting her around right in front of the Hells Angels at a bike show. So that started, and then the Mongols started in because of the rockers, and it's like drama, dude. Really?
Well, now they have the state split in two. The Hells Angels, I think, are the northern part of the state.
I mean, it's like walking into a Coca-Cola factory with a Pepsi jacket on. You're gonna get mauled, man.
It's the cause. It's the cause, guys.
Yeah.
You see, there used to be a cause amongst brotherhood.
Yeah, and it's gone crazy from there.
There's no cause left. It's just a bunch of goofballs, and I could say that for certain reasons. It's just a bunch of goofballs running around saying, "Look at me, I'm bigger and better than you are," because there's no cause left.
No care about anybody but them damn selves.
There used to be a cause, and that cause is gone.
Hey,
that was why the one guy that was doing the commentary, he said that's why I got out of it. He said it was too much, man. I dropped from the president and stayed in the club for a little while and this and that, and I got away from it all because they're just like, they want to be a gang type affiliate, you know, and be the badasses, and we control this or we control that, and it's like everybody's in the same idea. They're a different group that hang together, but the ideals were all originally the same back in the 60s and 70s. We were out to ride and live free and like that, and it's just gone into a market now. They're more into the black marketing of drugs,
dealing
and
drugs,
shit.
Dealing drugs and prostitution and stuff like that.
The bombings and all that back in 78 and all that stuff where they were going after people, the different biker groups bombing other groups and blowing up their clubhouses and blowing their cars up and all kinds of stupid shit, killing innocent kids and stuff like that because of it.
Oh, you do bombings now, and that's an act of terrorism right there.
Right.
It's
right. Back then, 70s, there wasn't no terrorism shit. We didn't have no homeland security. They didn't have none of that shit.
I remember when those guys get it upset with somebody, go to their house, gonna kick some ass, and as soon as somebody said there's children in the house, everybody would turn around and leave.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Catch them another time.
God, women, and children first. Nowadays, they don't give a fuck. As long as that person they're after is there, they don't care who else.
There's no honor.
I think there was that one Mongol that was
dignity
in his garage with his daughter.
No dignity to it either.
No honor. Hey, Mike, do you want ND filters for your FPV drone?
You got some? I could use some.
I got the Freewell ones, and the Polar Pros are on their way. So.
Oh, is this a drone channel?
What'd you pay on them Freewells?
They were like $50 or something like that. I'll sell them to you cheap though if you want them, because I won't have any use for them. I'm a Polar Pro guy to begin with. It's just that they didn't have any.
Right.
You know,
any filter on that could probably do some good.
Yeah,
that catches a lot of light on that drone. Yeah.
It makes a difference. The only downside is it restricts the gimbal a little bit up and down.
It makes a difference for editing even more, because it's able to do things with the ND filters, because you can set your white balances down to be able to edit and change color and all that with the ND filter. Without that, you're blown out too much.
Yeah, you make your footage look a lot better. Or your shutter speed so damn fast and looks choppy.
Yeah.
That's what I find with the FPV drone.
That's like switching from like regular mode in the Mini 2 right now, from manual to auto, back and forth. Man, that shutter speed setting and the light balance and everything, it's totally like you go from auto and into manual. It's like, boom, you got a big bright light. And you're like, turn that shit down. Temperatures are way up, all kinds of crazy shit. I don't know if it's supposed to memory what I put it on last or whatever, but I did that out there flying the day before I flew the FPV drone out at the lake. I flew it around a little bit.
Right.
I was trying to get some good shots of the house, and I turned it to auto to try to adjust and get a little bit less lighting and whatnot. And I was like, boom! I was like, wow, I can't even see anything. It's just a bright light.
Yeah. Hey,
it was like a 12.
If you want the thing I want DJI to do is fix the camera, and I want you to be able to save custom rates.
Right.
Like, yeah, I want you to be able to like save settings.
Rate like profile. This is a cinematic profile. This is my flying FPV profile. Yeah.
Yeah. This is this is how I want to act the full. You know, let's make it 800 everything. Let's say. And
That
then
would be
here's my
cool.
cinematic where I'm down to 200 or 300.
Yeah,
on
we got the
number.
programmable switch to be able to switch profiles if they had it. You know what I mean? You could easily use that programmable switch to use that to switch your profile so that you could be in flight, flip the switch, change your profile, you're good to go.
We can't do that, can we? I better go look. I
You
never
can program
tried
that. The one switch on the right hand side, the toggle
which one
switch
you're
on the
talking
right,
about.
you can program to whatever is available. So if they made it available to be able to change the profile, you know, put a profile in there, you could easily program that switch to change the profile.
It better not, dude. I'm gonna feel stupid as hell.
I don't know, dude.
never
I
tried
haven't
it.
messed with it. I haven't
'cause
programmed
now
that switch or nothing.
It just moves the camera to 3 positions now. It moves it up,
Right.
middle, and then
Yeah, you can say
lower.
change it to
Yeah.
yeah, you can change that.
That's
it's-
probably
well,
what it comes
yeah, it's already
preset
got
as.
the camera. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
but
moves
you
the
can go
camera.
into the settings, into the radio controller and change the settings and program whatever you want on that button. So you can have it your auto stop on that flip if you wanted, whatever.
It better
Whatever's
not.
available in their settings.
If DJI takes everybody's feedback and actually listens to it about
Oh.
this FPV drone, the next one's going to be fucking off the charts. If
My
they
bad,
actually
Bob. I
listen
forgot to switch it back after showing the bike.
Yeah.
I've been just staring at my picture.
I tell you what, a lot of people hate on that stupid drone, and I'm not super happy with the camera just because I'm a camera guy. You couldn't put
Yeah.
down the Mavic 2 Pro and then pick up the DJI FPV
Yeah, it's
drone
definitely
and be
not
happy
a
with the camera. You just can't.
capturing type camera.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
just
it's a
can't.
flying type camera.
But is it better than your average FPV camera that you would
No.
use?
Oh,
No.
the regular FPV, yes. The first person view camera, yes. But
that
not
varies.
a GoPro. But it's not better than a GoPro or Insta360 1-inch or something like
Yeah,
that. No.
you're gonna have
Hell no.
cleaner and more capabilities with the GoPro and whatnot. Some of the cameras I've got on some of my FPV stuff, though, if I had it on like the good video systems and whatnot, nice and clean, it'd come up pretty damn good image. Like the DVR type cameras that are out there, they've got some good imagery and whatnot for FPV.
So I'm taking the
I think
connections.
those
the
would
better
actually
one.
pick up a little bit better coloration than that DJI FPV. It's not good for low light at all.
No.
I like Xeno Pro Plus.
I like the Femi, it dances for you.
Hey, Doug, I demo the Xeno for you again.
Say that again.
He's gonna demo it again. He got that rock movement, that horizon
Yeah,
shit.
the Femi has something that no other drone has. It's just permanent FPV mode.
And that's pretty cool. It almost keeps you focused more enough so that you don't rotate as much as your couch is rotating.
But you know what that tells me though is they haven't updated any of their gimbal technology because they have to be using the same shit they've been using in all their other drones.
Sure.
To have
Well,
that-
supposedly this new one, they've done all kinds of advancements, so we'll have to wait and see with the new Femi, right?
Oh,
Like
that
how
thing does the
hard
dishes.
How hard is it for Femi just to buy a DJI Mini and re-engineer it? Reverse engineer
All
it.
the other companies are doing it. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Tear it apart, see what makes it work and what doesn't.
How many clones have come out for the Mini 2 already? I mean, everybody's making one.
They all look amazing on picture, but then when you
Yeah.
actually hold some of them, they feel so fucking cheap.
Mini 2 has
Oh my
definitely
God.
got the flight characteristics down so far. That thing just handles so for such a light little toy, man. I mean, 250 grams. I've seen what that does on an FPV drone, and that the way that handles the wind and stabilized and the gimbals and that thing's a badass, dude. It's a little beast.
I think it would work good for doing inside for real estate, getting cool
Yep.
little flights like
Yeah,
just,
dude. You can put the ducks on there too. You still got the prop guard, so you can put
that's a
those on
4K
play and stuff,
camera.
too.
4K at 60 frames. You can't really beat that. Most
4K
people-
30. You can't get 4K 60 on the Mini.
I was thinking there too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
4K
Air
30, 2K 60.
That's what I keep telling people. I don't understand. When people
Shoot at
talk about-
2K, shoot at 2K 60 frames per second, and you've got 4K capabilities easy enough at fucking 60 though, with your rendering and
But even
whatnot. You can easily boost
2.7K
it,
still looks
and you're
amazing.
not going to lose much with 4K.
Yeah, it blows my mind when people talk about flying through like gaps and stuff and they want a smooth video. I'm like, you could do that with the Air too. I
Yeah.
don't understand. It's just a little bit bigger, of course, but
Well, it just depends on what size of.
It was not an easy task to fly a 3-inch center whoop through a fucking mansion, dude. I'm telling you what, it was not easy at all.
no.
GoPro
But that Mini
on
2 would
there.
be
and-
easy.
yeah, there was nothing easy about that. You're talking 3 foot, 4 foot hallways and shit. Yeah,
But a Mini 2 would be perfect for something like that.
I've done the Mini 2 inside a house before. I have done the
Yeah.
Mini 2 inside the house before.
You don't
Hey,
have to
Lon,
keep it going.
Don't
Yeah,
you
the
have a
thing with
video
the
on?
Mini 2 is it's got the altitude hold, so you can take your time, go nice and slow, and adjust easily enough to keep going. Whereas the FPV, you're solid on the sticks, adjusting all the time.
Yeah, you have to keep moving. You can't
Yep.
stop.
I saw your video, Lon, where you were going in and out of the construction site and through the doors and windows.
Oh yeah,
Was that you? That was you, right?
yeah. Well, I have a video like that. Yeah. Yes, you're right. I do. That was with
Yeah,
the
I
FPV drone, because the
That's
FPV drone has sensors too. You know,
That's very
so if you're
impressive.
flying in normal,
Mhm.
you can fly it around. Technically, you can fly it around your house. I wouldn't necessarily.
Yeah, you keep it in normal
Suggest it,
mode.
but
It's got
you could.
full sensor.
It's got full suite of sensors. Yeah.
And it's got altitude hold in regular mode, right? So
Yeah.
it flies just like a regular
It's
drone.
got altitude hold basically in the FPV mode because your stick is set so that it flops. And if you've got it stiff enough, you can set it at center and it'll just hold a fucking hover.
Well, that's like that guy on TikTok I was talking to about it. Another guy commented and said, well, it is a real FPV. I said, not really. It's a hybrid.
It's
Yes,
definitely a hybrid. It doesn't
It's a
fly
unique piece.
100% the same as an FPV drone. It doesn't handle the same way.
But it can do both
rotates and
type of
rolls and
flighting.
all that. It can do those things, but
Right.
it's not smooth like an FPV drone does.
No, I can't get it to do it. You know, and guys like Dono, I gotta give him credit. Love him or
Dude,
hate him. the
that
dude's
video he
doing
put out
really
flying
well
through
with
them
FPV
trees the other
drone.
day with that thing was badass. Where he said, "I'm going to kill it in a minute or whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to break this today or whatever. He was
Yeah.
ripping through that shit with that FPV drone, dude. That was.
I have a hard time
good flying.
keeping it centered and stuff. It likes to drift on me, and that's
That's where
partially
I
my
find it.
fault. I understand.
I
that.
go for a gap and it seems like it's kind of going sideways left.
Yeah,
or-
it does one of
a little
these
bit of
and-
shift.
or
Yeah.
does one of these. I'm like,
Are you using the motion controller or just a regular?
No,
just
regular controller.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a hard time. You know, I'm coming in. I'm thinking, let me just swoop in under these trees, and it's drifting on me, and I'm trying to
Yeah.
direct, and I'm like, yeah, fuck that. Yeah,
Well,
abort,
well,
abort, abort.
Now, that's what I was saying about the calculated turn thing, though. If you shut that totally off, it's a lot different flying.
Not
Where it doesn't mix
manual,
the turn, you're rolling
not
yaw.
manual,
Huh?
not manual, bro.
And manual
flying
still
in
has
manual.
those capabilities to do some mixing.
No, I'm saying I'm flying in manual.
Yeah.
Now, the concerted. Now you got me doing it. What's it called? Coordinated
So normal
turns.
mode, manual mode.
Coordinated.
Yeah.
Coordinated turns. It
Yeah,
doesn't work
coordinated.
in manual. It doesn't affect it in manual, I don't think.
Okay.
I only fly in manual now. I'm
Is it-
done with the other.
So
two.
manual's the top stable, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's the least stable, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the acro mode.
Okay. Manual's so yeah, I didn't know if it calculated turns in there or not.
No.
I thought it might do it a little bit, but
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe I should turn it off. I got nothing to lose.
yeah, I thought it still did a little bit of calculated turns even in the manual mode.
You might be right. I'll try turning it off, but I got drifting.
Because I thought I heard somebody saying they use that to try to get that smoother cinematics in the manual mode.
Not unless there's a setting that he hasn't ran across yet or something.
Well, there's
Could
just
be.
a switch to turn it on or off.
Yeah.
Whether what mode you're in and it's activated or not will be the question. Because in the different modes, it activates like in full stable mode, you've got all sensors. You go into normal mode, into the next mode, and it starts killing sensors off.
Right.
Now, why
And
can't
then
they have the sensors fully activated all the time? They
It
just
just wouldn't be
Because it
accurate
wouldn't fly
enough.
with the shit.
You'd be
You know, the
having
first
so
time
many
you went
issues to the
upside
middle of your
down,
shit.
the sensors would freak the fuck out.
You couldn't get close to anything.
Well, I'm talking about like even on regular GPS drones, you know, you go into sport mode and it shuts them off. Like, did they just don't activate quick enough? Like if you hit it coming up to a tree?
I figure it would just
Why can't
interfere
they
too much
have
with
it?
the flight.
Yeah, well, like on regular, like the Mini 2 and stuff, when you put it in sports mode.
Same
Or
thing
you
with
can do
the
it.
Phantom 4 standard. You turn it to sport mode, it shuts off your sensors.
But that's what I'm saying. I wonder why they do that though. Is it because
I don't think the sensors could keep up enough
that's what I'm
I'll
saying.
tell
because
you.
of the speeds that it pushes.
Okay,
It's probably
I'll tell you
keeping that
exactly
from
why. With the Air 2S, they increased the speed because they improved the sensor. The sensors on the Air 2S and on the FPV drone have a way farther range than the old stuff. Trust me.
Mhm.
I was amazed when I got the FPV drone how far away it was picking up shit. I'm like, God damn. And,
I ain't even close, man. What do you mean?
Yeah, and the Skydio is the same way. It has higher resolution cameras, so it can see further away. It can pick out objects further away. So that's why the Skydio can fly 36 miles per hour, whatever it is, and still use obstacle avoidance. And it's the same thing. The Air 2S can fly with 36 miles per hour now, I think, and with obstacle avoidance. And before it was like 23. Isn't it 20,
Its
20,
sensors not being
23,
able
something
to
like
keep
that,
up.
Mike? With the Mini 2?
I'm not sure.
It's like in the 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you go to sport mode and it turns off all the obstacle avoidance. It's because of the resolution of the cameras.
No, I
Once they
heard-
get better resolution, they can increase the speed.
That's
further and
just like
further.
firing it up in the house, though. If I were to turn on my room lights in here and have this room totally lit up and turn on the Mini 2 in here, it's going to give me a warning saying that it doesn't have enough optical flow for the fucking camera and the sensors and whatnot. So it won't do anything inside because they're so sensitive and short range and whatnot.
Well, I know that they
Need a
said
lot
the
of
Air
light.
2S is the same top speed as the Air 2, right? Like in
Not
sports
in
mode.
normal mode.
But in normal mode, that's what I was gonna say. In normal mode and regular mode, it's a little quicker, isn't it? Or is it
Yeah,
just
it's
normal?
almost 10 miles per hour quick. I have the Air 2 and the Air 2S.
So the
The Air
motor's
2
got
in normal mode does like 20 some miles per hour. And then in the Air 2S does 30 something miles per hour in normal mode.
So the motors are the same. They just readjusted the speed in the different modes.
Right.
The output power.
Sport mode is almost worthless on the Air 2S.
I can't believe that they
It's
didn't.
only like 6 or 7 miles per hour faster.
Well, I can't believe they didn't upgrade the motors in the Air 2S because they did in the Mini 2. The Mini 2's at least what, like
They
10
didn't do a
miles an
big
hour
upgrade
faster.
on them motors. They did it on the props more than anything.
Well, they gave it a greater pitch.
Yeah. They
But
changed the settings,
but
but
the
they didn't
Mini
change the
1
whole
only
the
went up
motors
so
and stuff.
much.
I don't think they really changed the motors themselves that much.
Well, then I know the Mini 1's top speed was like 28 or 29 miles an hour,
Mhm.
and the Mini 2,
But
I think,
those
30
propellers were thin, so they were real flexible. So that's
I
where
don't
you
know.
start getting into the washy and whatnot. So they're going to give you what's recommended.
But do you think
They
that-
didn't say that was the max speed it would totally do. That's just the max speed it was efficient in. Just like the FPV drone says 80
still
miles
would've
an
thought
hour,
they
but
would've-
we know it'll do more than that, but it won't be efficient as well over that because they don't have it tested that way.
But you would have thought they would have been able to make the Air 2S go like 45, 50 miles an hour, kind of give you a little bit of an upgrade on the speed.
It'd be nice. There's a lot of reasons why they don't. You know, the biggest complaint with DJI is always going to be the same. They're a babysitting company. You know, they really are. They
You start
babysit.
getting more gimbal flashback when you start getting those higher
Yeah,
speeds.
there's a lot of
anyway.
factors though.
It starts getting
engineering. It's all
crappy in the
about
video. The gimbals can't handle it as much, so they're not going to promote it because people are going to try it and they're going to be like, "Oh, this thing's a piece of shit." Well, you went over what we told you to do it at.
What's
So
the top speed of
therefore,
the Pro 2? I think it's what, 45?
yeah, it's about the same speed.
It's just a couple miles an hour faster.
Yeah. The Phantom 4 will do 60 if I'm not mistaken, right? Phantom 4 does 50, 60, something like that.
I have no idea. I don't have a fan.
I was asking Mike because I thought he had one. I can't remember.
no, I got the Mini 2s. The Mini 2 and
Oh,
the
I thought you had
Phantom
a
4.
Phantom 4.
Phantom 4
yeah.
standard. But
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know what the
Phantom 4
specs are.
standard.
Yeah,
How fast will it go?
I think it's rated like 54 or something like that.
Yeah, it's faster anyway. I want them to go fast. That's why I got the FPV drone.
That's a
'cause
big prop that they're
I thought it'd
pushing
be
on that
cool to
Phantom
go
now.
60 miles per hour. You know, I thought that'd be kind of cool because the FPV will do 60 in sport mode. And as far as I was concerned, I thought that was going to be good enough. And then I started doing 80 and 90 in manual mode. So, you know, that's even better. But no, there's a lot of stuff they can do, that's for sure. But, you know,
45
I
mile
agree.
per hour max speed on the Phantom 4 standard.
What is it?
45 mile per hour
Oh,
max speed in sport mode.
what about
Act-
Phantom 4 Pro?
A mode and P mode are 36 and 31.
What about
Phantom 4
Addy?
Pro.
I used to have a 3DR Solo too. I was one of those guys. I had like 5 of those.
Those showing
things.
45 mile per hour.
Oh,
That
I
Pro
thought it was a
3's
little
got
faster.
It's a, yeah, it's 36 and 31 in sport, or A and P mode too. So yeah, it's the same as the standard.
Huh. There's some reason, trust me. You know, that's the thing about engineering. There's a reason for everything. You know, people always think they just do shit just for, no, there's a reason. There's always
Oh
a
yeah,
reason.
definitely.
There's always a concrete, logical reason for everything they do. There really is.
What I found was kind of weird is how they allow you to use the batteries from the Mini 1 and the Mini 2, but then you can't take the Mini 2 batteries and put it in the Mini 1.
Yeah, it's because it's LiPo versus lithium ion. It's a discharge rate.
But I was surprised they even made that let you cross over like that.
Yeah.
Same problem
Well,
with the Xeno Pro Plus and the
I
Xeno
got-
Pro.
Yeah.
I've got
It's all-
millions of Xeno Pro batteries, but they won't work in my Pro Plus.
Yeah, it's all about the battery handling. You know, it's all about the intelligent battery handling and stuff like that. It's just a different animal. It's easier to make a drone that'll take LiPo, also take lithium ion, and it's probably impossible to make a drone that's made for lithium ion take LiPo. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's two different things.
I got 6
Right, Mike?
batteries now in between my 2 minis, which is great. So
Yeah, LiPo pushes so much more power per amperage and this and that compared to your lithium ions and whatnot. They're so much slower discharge and more efficient. Whereas a LiPo, they want a lot of power real quick up front. So it pushes, it just allows for free voltage pretty much to run through.
and
So-
you know if
Yeah,
you
how-
put them, oh go ahead. I
No,
was
the
gonna say-
power, I can't remember what it's called. It's all right. It's the
No,
power
you're
thing.
good.
What's it called, Mike? The power, FPV drone.
The
The,
power
not the
thing-
ESC,
Flight controller, the power supply.
the power, you control
We have
the
a power
power.
distribution board. We have an ESC
Yeah,
and a
power
power
distribution
distribution board. So like
PDB.
our older units, we had to have a power distribution board on the drone in order to hook our ESCs to it because our flight controllers weren't set up back in the day. We had individual ESCs on each arm. So like my Alien is all onto a power distribution board. The power distribution board will only take so much power and then it'll fry everything. It doesn't matter from there. Fortunately, I'm smart enough. I've got one that'll take up to like 8S on it right now. So I've got plenty of power, but it was one of those things where if it didn't have that power distribution board and I went with a Maytech, I wouldn't be able to push more than like a 4S battery on it because of the power distribution boards. Everything's connected. You're so many different voltage regulators in there and everything to control everything. So you've got a 5 volt, 9 volt, full VCC, all those different connections and whatnot. In order to do that, that's a lot of stuff they got to layer the boards and everything else to be able to make it. Same thing with your flight controllers that are going like 6S and 12S and whatnot. But that's a lot of layering in them boards where each layer's got to be a different thing so it doesn't connect and put your UARTs and a lot to it to make those boards.
Well,
Well,
you know,
it's
if
a
you put the
battery-
Mini 1 battery in the Mini 2, it actually, I think, puts it over the 250 gram weight.
And DJI's downfall probably is that they're controlled by themselves only. So they've only got them doing things. Whereas FPV, you've got a market that comes out, oh, we got a new flight controller. They throw it out there. They've got 35,000 FPV pilots ready to go for multi-GP to test that shit out. See where the flaws are, this or that. They've got lots of testing, lots of feedback, things like DJI doesn't want all that. DJI wants exclusive. So that's why you see so many FPV boards out there, different companies jumping on it. Here's an F4, here's an F4. The SP Racing F3 back when I started was like the go-to board. But there were like 8 companies that made an FP or an SP Racing F3 board. It was the same basic board, but different UART setups and this and that changed things. So it was to meet the market as to what people wanted on that board out of what they had. And that's where we've got our F4s and our F7s with all these UARTs and connectability for GPS or your compass or DJI units and Crossfire receivers and all this shit. That's where it all came about. It's just expanding those boards off of one and adding more stuff for people to enjoy. DJI doesn't want that. They want to keep it on their own market.
And if you're
Nobody
just
else is testing any of the DJI boards except for DJI.
well, and if you're just into GPS drones too, going outside of DJI, you don't have many choices.
Yep.
It's like I was telling somebody, you get more disappointment leaving DJI trying to find another company than you do.
That's where I love like the old guy in a drone, Mitch, man. He's all into this iNav and GPS and on these FPV drones. He's got drones that'll work just like an FPV drone, but when it comes down to it, he flips a switch and it flies back and lands just like a damn GPS drone. And that's on an FPV drone
Shit.
because it's
It
iNav.
lands. It lands because I thought
Yeah,
that was
dude,
the
it will
hurdle.
actually, if you go to
Oh, I
iNav,
see.
if you have a
iNav,
compass
okay.
and a GPS system and you use iNav, it will land itself.
Okay.
Beta flight only has a fail safe, so it comes back in circles, and then you take back control and land it yourself. But iNav will land itself.
How does
Oh,
it know
Mitch
it's on the
knows some
ground?
shit.
Does it have
GPS,
a flow sensor?
it's GPS and a compass. So it does. You wait for your coordinates and your satellites to link in before you can even take off, and just like a GPS drone. Yeah,
Mitch is one of the most
and it
knowledgeable
will
people
land
I've
itself.
seen.
He said it landed within like 3 inches of where he took off from. So it's a lot of work though, but iNav doesn't have the capabilities to control and tune like Betaflight does either, as far as the FPV side of it. But for your long range stuff, like my LR4 up there, my long range, that'd be good for iNav. It's got GPS, it's got compass. I can do return to home, all that stuff. Little 4-inch going out, cruising a mile away. FPV, be able to dive if I want to a little bit. Like I said, the tune's not going to be exactly honed in like an FPV drone for ripping and freestyling, but it's enough to do everything.
So it's almost like his own home build hybrid, like a
yeah, as long as
DJI.
you're not doing a bunch of dives and stuff like that, you won't have to tune in, and it'll fly just fine. So
Mitch knows his shit, I'll tell you that.
yeah,
Oh,
Mitch has
in
been
the
playing a
game
long
for
time with
40
airplanes
years.
and yeah, dude. I mean, it's like one guy I met, Richard Coggins. I built a drone for him. He's like, dude, I love flying. He says, I've been flying fixed wings and this and that since like, he said he built his first fixed wing in like 1967.
Jesus.
So, I mean, he's old. He's like 78 years old or something. He's like, I love flying. And I love the FPV and I like the goggle. But he says, I ain't got the steadiness to be able to solder it all together. So he had me build one for him. I sent it down to him and all that. But yeah, dude, he's been in drones so much. He knows his stuff, but it just there's some things issue, you know, where he couldn't solder as much. So he had somebody else build it. But there's people, you know, they've
There's
got
a lot
the
of people
knowledge.
that don't build their own shit, but they can fly the hell out of it.
Yep. Yep.
I would be that type of person if I was FPV. Most likely, I wouldn't build any of my own shit. I would just fly it.
I'm lazy. I don't want to. I got enough hobbies already. I don't want to build shit.
I don't have the patience.
That's what I told the wife. I was like, yeah, the bike's my midlife crisis. She thought I thought the drones were going to be that. I'm like, that's just a hobby.
Yeah.
That's just to keep me occupied. I can't ride the bike every day.
No, your
I got all
midlife
winter to
crisis,
sit around.
your midlife crisis in drones is when you go out and buy that $8,000 Inspire.
Yeah,
too.
when you start buying the Inspires and Matrices and shit like that, and spending your life savings on a drone just to go
That's
fly.
a price.
It's not because of work. It's because, and that was her point. She's like, well, the drones will make you money in the end, you know, because I'm working towards my 107. I got to concentrate on it more. But if I get 107, and the idea is to get out of residential painting, my body's just not going to take it for much longer. And now's a good time to transition over before all these pilots come out of these STEM research programs from schools and high schools. And then the drone industry, we're talking, they said in the next 3 years, we're talking 150,000 jobs for drones alone. Now, that's just basic market in the next 3 years. So if you aren't on top of that, you're going to miss out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
I'm
can't
an
even go
idiot.
outside. and
These
throw
guys
trash
fresh out
out
of high school,
and
18, are
stuff
going to
like
be out there flying the shit. They're already trained. They're already everything, you know. They ain't got to build or nothing. They've got the darn DJI to do all that shit for them. So, yeah.
Unlimited vertical. It's the same way with me. I was answering somebody's text.
S450 that lands itself, no sensors, just GPS, barometer, and accelerometer. Yep. Yep. Lands itself.
Let me show you
Yeah,
guys. the
450,
scary
that's a big
battery.
boy too.
I would love to
Little
have the
battery.
Inspire too. That's my dream drone at the
You see
moment.
this dumb battery?
That's
My
a silly
whole
ass
system.
clip right there, dude.
Yeah, my whole system relies on this little bitty clip.
Yeah, and not hitting anything that pushes that button down and slipping that battery out during flight.
Yeah,
that
look
button
at
right there doesn't look like there's a whole lot there. You press it and hit it just the right way with a tree branch, and it probably depress it and launch
a
that
broken
battery right out the back the next turn.
Hey,
Here's a
Lon,
broken one.
does the Air 2S have the metal connectors on the battery just like the Air 2 does? So where that way the drone knows if
Probably.
the battery's not clipped in all the way?
I don't know. Let me look. But yeah,
Because they moved
Up on top
from,
mount, it should.
well, they moved from plastic tips or plastic connectors on the inside where to metal. That way the drone knows if it's
It's
clipped in
locked
all
in
the
now.
way. If it's not locked in, it will tell you that the battery's
It's
not.
good to know.
But yeah, inside where you squeeze the battery to pull that battery out, there's a little metal, there should be metal. So it
Yeah,
used to be
let's see.
plastic.
Clip, but also duct tape. There you go.
Hold on, let me grab my Air 2. I want to see.
yeah, it's got
Better
metal
do it
tabs.
fast. We got about 2 minutes and we're going to call it a night, guys.
All right. Yeah, it's got the tabs. That's so it can tell if the battery's in or not. That's
Yeah,
what they use those
that's what he
for.
was saying is it switched over so that it knows because of a link. It's got a system to let it know that the battery's locked or not.
Yeah,
No,
see
there's
on this
sensors
part
in
of the
here.
battery, these used to be
Yeah.
plastic.
Yep.
Yeah, and it also has terminals in here.
Right.
It has to. You have to close that circuit so that it knows the battery's in.
Mhm.
Otherwise, the drone won't take off. It can tell if the battery's not in or not.
Well, see, they said that was one of the problems they had with the Pro 2 with batteries popping out because people wouldn't realize they weren't clocked in all the way and
Right.
they would swell. But this is like a safety feature. If your battery's even a little bit swollen, it will say, hey, it's not, it will look like it's clipped in. But if it doesn't have that full connection, it won't allow the drone to take off.
Yeah, it has to close those few terminals in there.
Right.
The metal clip does. And if it don't, then the drone won't take off.
And I'll actually tell you, hey, there's something wrong with your battery.
Yep.
It's a cool little safety feature. I was just curious if the Air 2S had that too.
Yeah, it's just basically the same body with a slight little difference. So
Hey, Jeff PV, welcome in, brother. Hope work isn't tearing you up too much tonight, buddy.
I found out too that the firehouses, you don't even see them on the video when you're flying as bright
Really?
as these little fucking things are. I did a
As
night
bright
flight
as
the
them
other
are,
night.
you'd think they would show
You
up
don't
on
even
the
see it
video.
on the video.
Wow.
I was real surprised because I was
Is that during daytime flight or night flight?
no nighttime.
Wow.
And when I posted like a week ago of me flying at night, and it was pitch black because my city is not really lit up that much,
Yep.
so it wasn't really that great of a video. But yeah, you couldn't even see them, and these things are fucking.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Firehouse,
figured-
man. I would suggest Firehouse to everybody. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, they're the best.
it's the only way to go. They're insane.
Everybody's like the
Yeah.
Loom Cube, the Loom Cube. No,
they're,
those
they're cheaper than the
Fuck
Loom
the
Cube
Loom
too.
Cube.
They're cheaper
Loom
than the
Cubes are
Loom
for
Cubes
bitches.
too.
I paid
I hear you,
$50.
Andy.
I paid like 50 or 60 bucks, and it came with the clips and 2 of the Arc Vs. And these have 5 Cree LEDs in each one.
Right, right.
And that's the one I gave away at the
Ooh.
up too.
Yeah, I got to do something pretty soon about. I got 6 Loom Cube Firehouse strobes, and I don't even have it set up to be on the drone yet. I bought them all, and I never fly at night anyway. It was a big old waste of.
Do you have the
Dude,
clips?
you've got
for
a
'em,
good
or
area
do
for
you
night flying too, man.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You
There's
Velcro
some
them?
nice buildings to check out.
Yeah.
With the waterways and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
I said, do you Velcro them to your drones, or do you have?
Yeah,
the
I just
plastic?
Velcro.
Should have
I've
Mike
never had a
3D print you
problem.
some.
Huh?
I said you should have Mike 3D print you some clips for it, man. They're way better than having it all that fucking Velcro all over your drone.
Yeah, I had 5 on. I made a video with 5 of these firehouses on my drone. I could see it from like 3 miles away.
Yeah, they say they're up to 5
away.
miles. With them firehouse, you can go up to 5 miles.
Yeah, I threw it 3 miles away in the city with other light. It wasn't like it was pitch black. You know what I'm saying? It was other light, and you could still see the thing on my camera phone. I just broke out my camera phone and did one of these, and you could still see the drone.
But you know what's crazy about these firehouse is if you go on Amazon, they sell no clips for them at all. You have to go straight to Firehouse or know somebody with a 3D printer. I think that's a good little accessory for somebody to be
It's
selling.
about knowing people.
Yeah.
I need to get me one of them things, a 3D printer. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Too bad Mike doesn't have one.
That's what I'm saying.
Some clips if you
2.5. I had a company actually hit me up this last week. I actually buy another one. They wanted a review. I was like, I ain't got no freaking space to put it.
Mike, you should do like Dobo does and start you an Amazon online store in 3D print. Man, there's nothing.
I don't want to go into Thingiverse and have to work all that shit. And I feel bad stealing everybody else's designs to sell.
Like nobody.
I feel bad enough selling these little cup holders like the Bob Casey and shit like that.
But like nobody sells accessories, and then the ones they do sell, it's for the Pro 2 instead of like the Air 2 that's more popular.
I'm sure there'll be prints coming out. Thingiverse is just a matter of getting them, and once they're out on Thingiverse, I think a lot of things is a lot of people are getting into the 3D printing because they found it so easy and cheap. So a lot of people are starting to get into 3D printing and go, fuck it, I'll just print my own shit. You know what I mean? So you find the stuff on Thingiverse, but not so much out there in the market.
Yeah. What does a 3D printer cost now? $300?
Couple $100.
Yeah. I mean, why would I pay somebody $50 for something that's 3D printed?
So
I could spend another $150 and buy the printer and print it myself.
You should just get up with Mike from
the
above
Ender
and
3
beyond.
with the Ender 3s that I have, I can print fully operational guns. What more do you need?
It's how much?
$200. I can print fully operational guns with my Ender 2.
Right. So
Like
the bottom line is
9mm, 1911. I can print them with my 3D printer. Straight up.
Why should I spend $100 on other people's 3D printed shit?
Yeah.
I could add 100 to it and buy my own 3D printer and just print it myself.
Get up with Jim from above and beyond drones. He still has one sitting in the box from like.
Yeah, he still got one in the box. A Silval.
Yeah, it's an Ender, isn't it? Or is it a Trail?
It's a Silval.
Aren't those a garbage? Aren't those Silvals garbage?
They're a little bit better than the Ender overall. They're more expensive. They're like about a 350 versus $200. But they're supposed to be a nice printer. Joshua Bardwell did like a printer showdown type thing where he was like, all right, I'm going to get into 3D printing. I'm doing FPV stuff and I got time on my hand. So he went and bought an Ender and he bought a Silval. And he actually likes the Silval better than the Ender 3. Just because of the setups and this and that. I don't know.
Did you see that?
I've never used one myself, but
that they have that they're printing houses with now.
Yeah, dude, they're 3D printing boats, dude. The full hull of a boat.
Oh, dude, they're doing human organs now.
It takes like 72 hours, and they can print a full-size V-bottom boat hull ready to go. That's insane, dude. 3D printed.
Yeah, they're doing
the world's largest actual 3D printer, but they've got different types of printers that are similar to 3D printers, like the ones that are doing the concrete houses and stuff like that, but they're not officially 3D printer. Whereas this is actually a full 3D printer. You got a filament that feeds in. I was like, wow, dude, it's huge.
Yeah, the one that's doing the houses, I mean, it's just laying concrete down.
Yeah, it's just a concrete slab form, filler, that kind of thing. But you could build a house in a day with it.
Yeah, it's more efficient for the simple fact
sweet.
you don't have to build the forms to put the concrete in. That's why it's more efficient that way.
With that, I think we're going to say, hey, go get you a 3D printer. And we're going to call it a night.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I got to get off.
Lots of things out there. You guys, thanks for stopping in, everyone. Jim, you got the last call thing going on, but appreciate you stopping in anyway, brother. He gave a shout out to Lon Denard down there, I see.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I don't have the chats running.
He just
I
came
thought you were
in,
gonna
he-
quit an hour ago.
Yeah. So he
I
just
popped
come
out of
in. He
chat
says
an
he's
hour
got the
ago.
Solvol SV1. So that's the printer he's got. But yeah, he gave
you
a
send
good
it to
laugh
me
in
to
my
what?
ass off to Justin about it still in the box, I'm sure. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming in. Stay
All
tuned
right.
next week. We're going to try to, I've been working trying to get these guys on this giveaway. I've got Gank Multi-Rotors is supposed to be sending me some slaps still for the giveaway. And Adam Plummet got some stickers in, so he's got slaps to put in, as well as he's giving away a lanyard. And we've got this full FPV stack. It is a 20 by 20 stack. And I mean full stack, VTX, ESC, and flight controller all in one setup there. So we're going to give that away, and we got a bunch of slaps we're going to give away. So we're trying to work it out and try to make it happen. So stay tuned, see if we got some more updates hopefully next week, because I wanted to do it by the end of the month. And we're coming on the end of the month. So we're really pushing to get this. So keep an eye on the channel. We may put out a video in the middle of the week saying, hey, this is what you got to do before Thursday to get involved, or I know you'll have to be here. That'll be the big thing, is be here so you can get in the giveaway. But enjoy, everyone. Happy
All right, I'll see
flying.
you later, Mike. Appreciate it.
Have a good
All
time.
right, later.
Let me hang
Later,
out with you.
everyone.
Really appreciate it.